Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. It is Wednesday, right? Always got to check because I never know when I wake up. I hope you're doing well. A lot of interesting gaming news today. Yesterday, I watched some videos about some leaked stuff with new NVIDIA cards. The Unreal Engine 5 demo today was awesome. I was talking to other people about it. Personally, I'm way more stoked to see a tech demo of a new engine than I am to see a preview of a new game. Honestly, like it's to me, I'm more interested in the tech stuff because I mean, a lot of people, when you have something like E3, right, you get a lot of developers that show off a game and then the game comes out and it turns out to be barely what was shown. You know, you have your classic Ubisoft examples like Watch Dogs and shit like that. Witcher 3 got some downgrades from its E3 showing. That's because the way, you know, these press shows work and stuff like that is they're forced to like throw together some kind of demo within some sort of time frame, and it's never the finished game. Whereas when you show off an engine, when you show off a tech demo for an engine, like Epic, for better or worse, there are lots of things I love about Epic and lots of things I hate. And like Epic's been around for like 30 years now or something like that, and I've seen them grow as a company. I've seen them make good decisions and bad decisions, but one of the things with Epic is when they show off their engines, like they don't fake any shit. Like you can, once that stuff is available to the public, you can download it and you can run it on your computer and it looks exactly like, you know, the demo that they showed off. Their last like 3 or 4 engine demos have all been very faithful to what the actual performance is. Now, what devs actually do with that when they get it into their hands, like that's a whole different thing. But man, I don't know what year the first Unreal Engine 4 demo came out. I don't think 2012 seems like a long time ago. I want to say like 2015 or something, but who knows? I've messed around with Unreal Engine 4 a little bit. It's a great engine for certain things, not as much for other things. But anyways, yeah, so there was that, and I'll talk more about it during the stream. But cool stuff. Gets me, between the new graphics card news and like some of the engine tech demo stuff, has me more excited for next generation. Anyway, wasn't Fortnite teased with UE4? No, Fortnite was a while after. I'm pretty sure the first Unreal Engine 4 demo was the one with like the ice palace place and the like scary guy in armor, and then all the lava came out. They also had that kite demo too at one point. But yeah, you can run those. You can run both of those on a computer and they look exactly like the tech demo they showed. So I don't know how much of the like this is running real time on PlayStation 5. I mean, I'm guessing it's running on a dev kit, which I would assume has close enough specs to the final release console, but who knows? Anyway, we're gonna play more Seaman. I may have to rewind a day since I missed yesterday. Honestly, I have not been feeling good at all, but I think that's kind of like everybody right now. I'm not like sick, but yesterday I think I fell asleep at like 6 or 7 a.m. and I woke up at 4 or 5 p.m. I don't know what's wrong with my sleep schedule right now. Yeah, Fortnite, when it originally released, or when they originally showed it, it wasn't a battle royale game. It was the like building and defense game when they first announced it, but that changed. Also, they stopped. There was a point in time where they were remaking Unreal Tournament in Unreal Engine 4, but it was like a quote-unquote community thing, and that kind of completely stopped development, which was sad because it was pretty cool. Who knows? Maybe they'll make an Unreal tournament in Unreal Engine 5. I doubt it, but anyway, let's do some fish stuff. Here's, if you like this music, it's a mix of different artists. I'll link it in chat, called Underwater Computing. For the longest time, I only had the Unreal or the Epic launcher for Unreal Engine, and then for Unreal Tournament. But yeah. All right, let me turn this down. Either way, I hope you guys are having a good day. Let's pop on over here. Yes. I'm a time traveling man. All right. Let's go back. Gotta go back in time. That should be good. All right. Let's put this in the middle for now. And see the Seaman. All right. All right. I don't have my guide up, but I don't think I really need to use it today. I think we're just going to be like talking to Seaman today. Mostly.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to the laboratory of Jean-Paul Gasset. Greetings, and welcome back. You're doing a good job. Let's see. Last time, you have given a name to one of the Gillmen. His coloration has changed, so you should be able to locate him easily. Please, take good care of him. You have obtained the insect cage. This will be helpful in raising more food for Seaman. Keep your eye on it. Something will happen within shortly. Oh, the spray. The insect cage is equipped with a spray to keep the moisture level up. Please, don't forget to use it. At the moment, the habitat contains 2 gillmen. They appear to be very hungry. Allow me to give you the highlights for today. Gillman has been growing and would love some variety in his meals. Try giving him some larvae from the other tank. I'm sure he'll be pleased. So let us head over to the tank.
All right, so hopefully our larva hatched. It's crazy to me thinking about the tech demo stuff, the Unreal Engine 5 stuff, because I'm listening. My Dreamcast, during this whole intro section, the CD drive is going nuts, like fucking trying to load in all the audio data and then load in the game data and stuff like that.
Give me something to eat. I'm starving.
Okay, we'll get to that. Hold up. It's just kind of interesting to me one of the big things about all this next generation stuff, I mean, a lot of people understand the SSD thing. Like, a lot of people understand that there are going to be like almost no load times, and
Just in time. My gills were starting to freeze together.
that there's going to be, you know, asset streaming is going to be a lot faster and smoother. One of the things is, so I watched a video, this channel, Moore's Law is Dead, about
I'll bet if I were a dog, you'd feed me. I'm hungry.
I'll feed you, dude. Hold on.
Ah, here we go. Ah.
Let me take care of the Seaman first, and then I can talk tech. I'm a tech tuber now. All right, provide a tech tip. Always put your porn in a folder that isn't labeled porn.
I'm hungry.
Is one enough for both of them?
Yum, food. Yum, food.
Oh, I guess so.
Oh, I'm a fat boy. I'm full now.
Hello, Pookie.
Hello? Are you listening?
Good afternoon, Pookie.
Good afternoon.
How are you? What's up? Give you some tickles.
Don't make me laugh.
What's up?
Tell me, what do you do for a living?
I'm a chef.
You're a chef?
Yes.
Well, at least you'll never lack ideas for what to eat for dinner.
Yeah, I guess. I ordered pizza last night. How are you today? No? Okay. What's it like being a seaman?
Yes.
I eat fish.
Yes.
Yes. How old are you? Ask me a question. Yo, this fool doesn't want to talk. I'll just wait until he wants to ask me a question then. Aren't chefs supposed to hate cooking for themselves? I mean, if I had people living in my house, like if I lived with like my family or if I had roommates or something, I'd probably cook way more often, but when it's just me by myself, yeah, I don't really give a shit. Especially because like it makes extra dishes that I have to clean. And like cooking at home, I mean, is fine. Cooking in an actual kitchen where you have like all of the equipment you're used to having and like restaurant grade stuff is a much more enjoyable experience. It's like the difference between like if you're a chemist trying to do like, you know, chemistry shit in your garage versus an actual lab, you know? What's up? Hello. This bitch ain't responding. Hey. Seaman. Talk to me, dog. All right. Walter White hated cooking meth in an RV until he got a big underground kitchen. Then he loved it. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense to me.
Wow. Now that's dark.
Hello.
Greetings.
What's up?
Nothing.
Ask me a question. Do you like drugs? Seaman, do you do drugs?
Sticks and stones may hurt my scales, but words will never hurt me.
All right, I guess. I love you, Pookie. I love you.
Yeah, hello. Whatever.
Don't be a dick. There's that smile.
This has been a blast. Let's do it again sometime.
Okay. I guess I'll just wait for him to ask me something. Are you having fun? Music? Do you like music?
What did you do?
I didn't do anything. I don't know how sensitive this... So the VMU has a little indication when you press the button and if you say something the game recognizes, it shows a little exclamation point, and if you say something it doesn't recognize, it leaves question marks. But sometimes I press the button and say something and it doesn't do either of those. Like, it just totally doesn't register that I said anything. I know that this game has like a certain set of like words it does and doesn't recognize. And I think there's some level of like syntax, like if you ask or say something a certain way, it might work, but not if you phrase it a different way. Do you like me? I got question marks for that.
What do you want?
I want to play.
Up where?
Up yours.
You and what army?
The American Army.
No, not today. Maybe tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Fine.
Let me go, you jerk! Hey, do I grab you? Oh, I come from Alabama with my banjo on my knee. Hey, do I grab you?
What the fuck was that? Are you from Alabama?
No, leave me alone.
Tickle, tickle. There's that smile. Sing a song. That got an exclamation point, but he's not singing. There's some things like Sega. That gets an exclamation point too, but he doesn't do anything. Sonic the Hedgehog.
Adieu.
Oh, okay. Hello.
Hi. Time for a sea dump.
What? Excuse me? What? What did he just do? What is this? Can I pick it up? Is that really his shit? What just happened? Yo, you fish, come take a look at this shit. Why is this? It can't be that. Why is it so, like, it looks like an old potato chip. Who did this?
Here it comes.
Oh. Thanks?
You're welcome. Can I clean this? Why did you shit? Why did you do this? Why? I know you're not talking about me.
I am. What do you need? Are you hungry?
No thanks. Don't make me laugh.
Tell me a story.
You should be.
I should be what? Should be what?
What do you want?
Supposedly one of the at some point these two are going to mate. And then one of them's gonna die. Hopefully it's not this one. I like this one. I don't really know what I'm supposed to do with this shit, though. Why did you do this? Who did this?
The word is grotesque.
Yeah, I mean, yes. What's your favorite food?
What?
Do you like video games?
What?
Seaman.
Don't call me that.
Hey, Pookie. Hi, Pookie.
What's up?
I love you, Pookie.
You know it.
He smiled after I said that. Alright, I'm gonna just let this roll for a bit. Maybe he'll ask me something, maybe he won't. Anyways, so I was watching this. I'll put on the TV in a little bit. I mean, he's supposed to ask me some questions and shit. I might end up fast forwarding to current time because this is still a day behind. But we'll see. So anyways, I watched this, can I remind you what mic I'm using right now? I'm using a Marshall VO1A mic. It's Marshall Signature Series, MXL Signature Series. It's pretty good for the price. It was like a $300 mic. It's better than my AT2020 was. My big problem is like my EQ is still kind of all over the place and I'm lazy and I haven't fixed it recently. It sounds pretty good, but it could sound better. There's certain tones in my voice that come through a little too strong that I don't like, but it's fine. VO, just VO. Here, I'll link to it for you. So anyways, I was watching this video on the YouTubes that had leaked stuff about the RTX 30 cards. And here. This is what I have. It's pretty interesting. It seems like it's going to be a much bigger, it's going to be more like the jump from the like 900 to the 10 series, the 9 series to the 10 series, than the 10 to the RTX series. I mean, the RTX cards always have kind of been like early adopter tech demo almost cards, because like stuff like the real-time ray tracing and like DLSS and stuff like that takes a lot of time and software revisions to get to a point where it's like extremely functional and optimized. And apparently the 30 series cards not only have like, depending on the application, like a 40 to 50% performance increase kind of across the board for each tier of card, but apparently the specialized features like the ray tracing and the DLSS have like massive improvements to the point where like having ray tracing on doesn't actually impact performance quite as much as it does with the 20 series cards. Like I guess with what would be considered, I think the 3080 Ti, I guess it's across the board for all their tiers though. The 3080 Ti with the Minecraft RTX thing has like 4 to 5 times the frame rate with RTX turned all the way up. And even stuff saying that like the 3060, whatever the 3060 is going to be for the next generation cards, is going to have ray tracing performance like on par with the 2080 or the 2080 Ti. It won't have the same rasterization performance, but basically, and it's not that there's more ray tracing cores. There are more, but it's more about their software implementation and better versions of like the RTX implementation. And with like the 20 series RTX cards, basically you kind of could only choose one thing as a developer that you were going to use the ray tracing for. You could either do like global illumination, or you could do lighting or reflections, and you basically could only pick one and just roll with that because of performance limitations. But apparently these new cards are going to be able to handle all three of those things at the same time without, slowing to a crawl. So I'm pretty excited to see, especially, the PlayStation 5 in terms of pure rasterization performance is probably, same with the Xbox Series X, is probably going to be close to the top of the line of the 20 series cards right now. So if like the 2080 Ti is like the performance metric for next gen consoles, like that's pretty good. But already, I know a lot of people are always with the console wars things and PC things. Like we talked about this the other day, but like, once those new 30 series cards and the new AMD cards come out, I mean, basically the next gen consoles are going to be what a top of the line PC is at the end of the year, which is great because those cards are still ridiculously expensive. Like if you want a 2080 Ti, those are still like $1,000 or more. So being able to get that kind of performance out of a console is awesome. It's just that, and this is the same as every year with PCs and consoles, is that like the consoles are going to release and they're going to be top of the line, but like already within a year with these new like 30 series cards and the big Navi cards that AMD's making, like they're already going to be like, you know, not quite so top of the line within a year, but you know, that's consoles. I'm more excited for the fact that like all the performance increases that are going to come from lots of things like dynamic, like first off, more memory bandwidth and like dynamic memory management, where you're like compressing and decompressing shit on the fly, and when you're handling the different shit with the VRAM. I think that's going to be a big deal. And that's like kind of what enables the stuff that's in like that UE5 tech demo, is just like, you know, the combination of like being able to offload a lot of performance stuff to the SSD. That's another big thing. Apparently the RTX 30 cards have like a feature where you basically can use, if you have like an NVMe SSD, you can basically just use that as extra VRAM, essentially. I mean, you can kind of do that now with dynamic VRAM, but it's slow and it doesn't perform well. Apparently this performs a lot better, so I don't know. We'll see. I'm interested to see what the prices are. Honestly, for a new graphics card, if I'm buying one this year, I kind of don't really want to spend more than $800. But I guess it really depends on the performance and the reviews when these cards first come out. So I don't think I'm going to be in the first wave of people that's buying like brand new GPUs. Usually that can end up biting you in the ass, but I don't know. It all depends on what they announce. Yeah, that's the thing. When it with regards to the Corona stuff, I mean, a lot of the countries where a lot of the chip manufacturing is done, like they handled the virus well, and like they've been still doing production. Like I know Taiwan has been handling things really well. I know that South Korea has handled stuff really well. So I don't know how big of an impact it's actually going to have on those places. Like I was watching some like Gamers Nexus videos where they were like in Taiwan touring factories in the middle of the whole like outbreak, and you know, those countries were very, first off, they're smaller countries, but they were very fast and responsive when shit went down. So, you know, they've been able to stay relatively open. What's up, Clover? My fishmen aren't really talking to me. Hello.
Well, hello.
How are you? Want to talk?
Tomorrow. We'll talk again tomorrow.
All right, dog. Looks like I'm fast forwarding. I mean, it's not really fast forwarding. It's more catching up to current time.
Would you like to save and end the session?
So I'm not going to skip an entire day ahead. I'm going to skip like 12 hours ahead. I mean, realistically, we're still kind of in the same amount of time the game would normally have you be doing this stuff. So what time is it? Let's go to like 4 a.m. Is today really the 13th? Shit, that means the Terraria update is tomorrow. I guess I'm playing Terraria tomorrow. I just said it 2 different ways, too. What's in the new update? Apparently a fuckload of stuff. I know they have new modes and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure it's the 14th, yeah. I honestly don't know. I know it's like hundreds of new items. I know it's like a bunch more like cosmetic shit. Probably new events and new bosses. I know they like redid the... Oh, is it the 16th? I thought it was the 14th. What's happening on the 14th? There was something else important, something else video games happening on the 14th. 13th is Deep Rock. I don't really care about Deep Rock. It's cool. I just got over it. There was something on the 14th. Damn, you're right. It is the 16th. I mean, that's still only like a couple days from now. Well, I wonder what happens if I just search May 14th video games. Yeah, nothing. I forget what it was, but oh well. I don't think it was a game release. I think it was something else. It was like an update or something like that, but whatever, fuck it. I'm sure if it's important, I'll hear about it tomorrow. Oh, that's a good splash screen. Noida? No. Noida just had an update not that long ago, which I need to play too at some point. I've been kind of holding off because I want to get closer to 1.0 with Noida before I put another 120 hours into it. I heard that you can overeat and explode and die.
Good morning. Welcome to the laboratory of Jean-Paul Gasset. Greetings and welcome back. You're doing a good job. Let's see. Last time, the eggs in the insect cage have hatched into larvae. It is important to raise them carefully. If you put too many larvae into the tank, you may find yourself running out of food for Seaman later. But if you manage the larvae well, you should have no problem keeping Seaman well fed. Oh yes, they have started to produce droppings. The tubes on their heads serve many purposes.
They shit out their heads? I'm going to call them shit for brains.
At the moment, the habitat contains 2 gillmen. They are suffering from the cold. Please use the heater to raise the temperature to a more comfortable level. So let us head over to the tank.
I gotta say, one of my favorite things so far in this game is Leonard Nimoy telling me I'm doing a good job. You're doing a good job. I also like when he says Seaman.
Oh, goody. Hello? Yeah, that's good.
Hello,
Hey,
Pookie.
listen up.
Oh. Hi, Pookie.
Hey, it's too early.
No, it's not.
I'm thinking about some food, eh?
Oh, you're hungry?
Quit it. Quit it.
So I'm supposed to leave like 2 of these. Someone, I think it was Cheronia was telling me, I need to leave some of these in here so they can mate. Come and get them.
Is it chow time yet?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, good. Food.
Yummy, yummy. What's up? Good
I'm full now.
Okay. Yeah, do your little dance.
Hey, thanks.
Good morning. Good morning.
Then go away.
Okay, no, I said good morning. Good morning.
I was wondering,
Oh.
are you married?
Not anymore.
That was damned yummy.
No.
What?
Oh, ask me again. I wonder if I say divorced if he'll recognize that. What's up? Ask me a question.
Hey, why all the noise?
All right, I'm sorry. Ask me a question. Let's talk. Talk to me.
What?
I probably just need to wait. How are you?
Wow. You're a freak.
What? Why? I like to get freaky, baby.
What?
Gonna hypnotize your ass. There you go. You like that shit?
Hey, slow down.
What's up?
Word.
Word. Word to your mother. Do you like sex? Oh, he doesn't recognize that. Oh. Let's play.
You know it. Let me repeat the question. I said, I was wondering, are you married?
Divorced.
You're unmarried?
Yes.
Really? Hey, that's okay. Don't listen to people who say you need to get married. It's an antiquated notion, really.
I mean, he's not wrong. I guess it depends what you're going for. Getting married makes sense for a lot of legal and tax reasons. But I mean, you can totally live with someone you love and care about and not get married, and it's fine. But it starts to become an issue with certain things. Like if you're trying to buy a house or if you're opening bank accounts or trying to, you know. It has its benefits. It has its downsides. Are you married?
I don't know. How much do you make again?
Enough.
No, not yet.
What do you mean, no, not yet? Wait, oh, wait, I just got what he... Okay, never mind. Alright. Are you rich? Do you like money?
What's up? Tell me something. Do you like girls?
Yes.
Then do you have a girlfriend?
No.
You're single?
Yes.
Look, I really want to know. Do you have a girlfriend or not?
No.
You're single?
Yes.
But you still date people, right?
Yes.
Well, that's a relief. I was starting to think you were some kind of recluse.
No, I'm totally not a recluse. What the fuck are you talking about? This fish is making me feel bad. What's your deal?
Aw, that's sweet.
I'm gonna take out my aggression on the other Seaman. Hey, fuck you. Hey, I'm talking to you. You little shit. Hey.
Well, this is a little sudden, isn't it?
What? What are you talking about?
So you're single. Do you live alone?
Yes.
So you live alone then?
Yes.
You do? It's hard to see, but you're probably sitting there in your underwear right now. Hey, not that there's anything wrong with that. If you're comfortable, I'm comfortable.
Thanks, dog.
Wow. You're a freak.
Alright. Ugh.
Well, hello. Let me go, you jerk! Let me go, you jerk! Whoa, 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 watch the fins! Oh, 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 I come from Alabama with my banjo on my knee. Let me go! Oh, oh, stop grabbing me! Let me go! What are you doing? Stop grabbing me! Stop it! Let me go!
Yo, dog, you want to spark up a joint? Smoke weed?
Look who's talking.
Marijuana. Smoke a oh, it's saving. He knows I do drugs now. Smoke a marijuana cigarette.
Thank you.
See, he's down.
This is going to be a big one.
Are you taking a shit again? Bad.
What the hell is going on out there?
Fuck you. Get fucked.
Thanks, I'm not interested.
Okay. Are you gonna shit?
Here's something for you to chew on.
What? Oh, he did. I'm sorry.
You should be.
I love you, Pookie.
What?
I love you. I love you, Pookie.
I love you too, Pookie.
Yay. What are you doing down there? Oh, there he goes.
What? Oh, knock it off. I'm gonna pee if you don't stop.
All right, all right. Let's put something on for him. I'm sure they're probably, I don't know, maybe that was all the questions for today. I just wanna fly. Oh, we'll just skip that part real quick. I'll do the puppet video, or at least part of it.
In a Hawaiian creation chant called the Kumulipo, the origin of coral, algae, and fishes is described. After a time of darkness, the coral polyp was the first earth life to emerge, then a coral colony. Eventually, all plants and animals would follow this genesis out of the sea. There are Hawaiian legends and stories of gods and goddesses who live in the ocean and take the form of underwater creatures. Many myths explain why certain fish have stripes or look the way they do, or why they gather in certain places. Powerful protective spirits, or aumakua, watch over and guard human families for generations. Some of these are at home in the surrounding sea. Hawaiian islands are composed of lava that escaped the Earth's core through undersea vents. It all started about 70 million years ago. As the ocean floor moves slowly in a northwest direction, the center of activity forms new islands, while the older ones are chiseled by wind, rain, and the sea. The coral colonies begin to grow within 25 years on new lava flows and slowly establish fringing reefs. These subtropical Hawaiian reefs are some of the most beautiful in the world, comprised of thousands of species of fish, mollusks, and other plants and animals. It's here that we'll take you to this unfamiliar world, to the ancient land of Hawaii that few have seen before. The urge to explore the undersea realm began thousands of years ago when man thought it was inhabited by monsters. As time went on, all sorts of devices were concocted to plummet the ocean depths.
The fuck was that like tube?
Imagination ran wild, and pioneers like Jules Verne created machines and heroes of fancy that actually live 20,000 leagues under the sea. But maybe this isn't so absurd after all. Science has almost caught up with fiction. In just a century, submarine technology has advanced to a point where we can remain submerged hundreds of feet for weeks at a time. Each year, the possibilities increase, bringing Captain Nemo's ultimate diving machine closer to reality. At the forefront of submersible technology, Atlantis Submarines discovered a new and very refreshing concept: passenger-carrying subs that take peaceful and inobtrusive tours to the rich reef zones, where visitors can comfortably witness firsthand the undersea environment. This is the story of Atlantis, the first passenger submersible in the world. The Big Island of Hawaii is the largest and youngest island in the Hawaiian archipelago. Molten lava still pours into the sea. It's a battle between the forces of fire and water that eventually the ocean will win. On Kona's western or sheltered coast, reef-building corals have begun to colonize over a network of lava flows. This was the first Hawaiian reef Atlantis submarines would explore. Arriving in 1988, they received a warm aloha and have been at home ever since. This area of Kona has many wahipana, what Hawaiians call storied places. On the shuttle ride out to the submarine, the historic Kona coastline can be seen resting on the long slopes of Mauna Loa, the most massive mountain on Earth. Atlantis lies waiting to take these passengers on a tour they'll never forget. Air-conditioned comfort, the 48-passenger, 65-foot sub travels in an area where gardens of coral are already visible through the individual viewports, 13 on each side. Maintaining a speed of about 1 knot through this shallow expanse, the young reef and its inhabitants are introduced. The pilot's front viewing window is over 4 feet in diameter. Pilots for Atlantis are specially trained to operate this DC battery-powered electric submarine, a marvel of technology. There are 2 stern thrusters, 2 vertical thrusters, and 1 at the bow for careful maneuvering. Above water, the support boat pilot keeps watch and constant contact with the sub, and divers prepare to put on a show underwater. As the Atlantis sub moves out to meet the divers, shoals of fish move in all directions, illuminated by the sun. A safe distance is maintained above the delicate corals so as not to damage the living creatures there. Reefs grow only about an inch a year. The pilot and co-pilot monitor the distance from the bottom at all times. The divers arrive. They can only stay down 10 minutes at a time at this depth of about 85 feet. The fish that immediately surround them are common in all Hawaiian waters. Schools of surgeonfish called palani and pu'alu have razor-sharp blades near the end of their tails. Humuhumu ele are the ones that seem to flap wings through the water. These are triggerfish or black durgeon. The black and white striped fish are Hawaiian sergeant majors, or mamo, a kind of damselfish.
Come on, let me
And
go.
the yellow school is blue striped snapper, or ta'ape, an introduced fish from Tahiti. Now in great abundance, they're seen on every dive. When it comes to food, they're not very shy. Small millet seed butterfly fish, or lauvilivili, make a more timid approach. There's a rhythm down here that has nothing to do with the world above, an interaction based on hunger and curiosity. Carefully selected examples of reef life are gathered to show close up to the passengers, like this small sea urchin. It's respectfully placed back on the reef in its own little niche. A triton's trumpet is brought to the viewports. This shell was called pupuhi and was fashioned into musical instruments. The divers' 10 minutes are not complete without showing off. They don't leave the scene until everyone's had some laughs. There are 44 species of coral in Hawaiian waters. Small animals live within the polyps and feed on plankton drifting in the water. Their hard skeletons form limestone, the only organically made rock in the world. Sand is continually made through erosion of shells and coral and from the digested matter of coral-eating fish. One adult parrotfish, or uhu, can produce up to 1 ton of sand a year by munching on the reef and eliminating the waste matter. The coral gardens support a bounty of life. Tiny particles of plankton floating in the ocean become food for reef fishes. These surgeonfish are vegetarians and feed on debris and algae on the sandy bottom. Smaller reef fish stay close to their coral homes, and each has a role to play in this balanced ecosystem. There's a logic to the dance of aggression and survival. 25% of Hawaii's fish are endemic or found only in these waters. Isolated from other
Don't
land
make me
masses
laugh.
for so long, they have evolved unique characteristics. These yellow tangs were called lau'ipala in Hawaiian. They're eating small particles of algae in the coral. The similar-looking black gold ring variety is called kole. All butterfly fish were called kikakapu. The ornate butterflies swim in pairs like most of the other 22 species in island waters. The raccoon butterfly fish is one of the most flamboyant. Hawaiians were inspired to be more descriptive with the long-nosed butterfly fish, the lauvilivili nukunuku oi oi, meaning the little fish with a long nose shaped like a vilivili leaf. Many fish species change color and sex during their life cycles. Often a male, female, and juvenile look entirely different. Wrasses are the most versatile and striking of the color changers. One of the most enchanting fish on the reef is the Moorish idol, or kihi-kihi. They search the vicinity for sponges to eat. Moray eels hide out in their adopted holes, brilliantly camouflaged. An octopus, or he'e, peers out of a crevice. A stranger inhabitant of the reef is the trumpet fish. These predators can change color to match their environment for a better disguise. Their mouths are designed to vacuum in unsuspecting prey. They can turn yellow when lau'ipala are nearby. Pufferfish resemble something from another planet. This spotted puffer is a slightly different species called o'opu hu'e. O'opu means stomach in Hawaiian. As a defense mechanism, puffers blow up like a balloon when agitated. All of these species can be clearly seen from the Atlantis viewports, a world witnessed before only by divers. Sometimes larger predators appear in deeper water. This is a rare view of the white-tipped reef shark. Sharks, or mano, play a large part in Hawaiian myth and folklore, said to save or protect their human families. Graceful manta rays glide over the sand, their wingspan sometimes reaching 20 feet. After a 50-minute tour, so much more is known about this underwater world that changes every day. The sub lands briefly in a sandbank, about 85 feet down, and prepares for a signal to surface. As inobtrusively as it appeared, the Atlantis sub leaves the coral wilderness as it was. More than 2 million people have journeyed on Atlantis subs somewhere the world over since 1985. At a cost of $3.5 million, each sub is flawlessly designed and built to the highest standards, thoroughly inspected and certified for 150-foot dives. Atlantis has a home in 7 other locations, including the Caribbean, Mexico, and Guam. But it was a natural choice to come to Hawaii to reveal some of the glories of its unique underwater environment. The island of Maui was formed by the activity of 2 volcanoes. Haleakala, or House of the Sun, is the youngest. The older volcano is composed of deeply eroded cliffs and lush valleys, forming the West Maui Mountains.
Thanks. That's better.
A partial fringing reef has had time to establish itself off of Maui's protected shorelines. A shallow shelf connects the islands of Maui, Molokai, Lanai, and Kaho'olawe, having all been one island before the sea level dropped thousands of years ago. Endangered humpback whales find this particularly inviting and visit every winter to mate and give birth in these warmer waters. The Maui Atlantis tour out of Lahaina Harbor is special because the submarine will journey to the deepest it can go, 150 feet. It's a 2-mile shuttle trip out to the boarding site with a spectacular view. Atlantis slowly descends into deep blue liquid space. She will submerge about 95 feet to a region of thriving coral growth. The pilot gently maneuvers the 80-ton sub through the OO channel. It's some of the most beautiful diving in Hawaii, with scattered coral outcrops extending all the way to Lanai. Prominent schools of ta'ape, black durgeon, and surgeonfish patrol the reef. This protruding colony of coral is nicknamed the Hobbit Hilton by the Atlantis staff because it presents an entire condominium full of residents. A massive coral settlement like this is home and sanctuary for many varieties.
So you don't have any kids right now.
Oh, shit.
Is that correct?
Yes.
I see. No kids. Are you thinking of having some in the future?
I don't know.
That's nice. I believe that it's the purpose of life to propagate. Children could bring you great joy.
Yeah, I get that, dude.
If you don't wring their necks first.
Oh, shit. Sound like my mom. He asked me if I had kids. Do you have kids?
Quiet.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Varieties of fish and plant life. They might gather at the station of the local cleaner wrasse, a splendidly colored fish whose job it is to clean parasites and debris off of other fish's skin. The interdependence of creatures here may involve many relationships unknown to us. It's just a brief passage into a world that existed long before we were able to witness it. Here is where small trees of black coral bloom. Hawaiians named it Ikahaku Moana and used it as a medicine in ancient times. Atlantis dives deeper to a range of lava ledges and caverns. Atlantis ventures into the territory of the pyramid butterfly fish that linger around coral trees, protecting their property by flashing a bright white spot at intruders. From the outside, a cavern looks foreboding, armored by a forest of coral trees. Once inside, it's as if the trees are decorated with bright, colorful ornaments. Long-nosed butterfly fish, the lau vili vili nuku nuku oi oi, feed on small crustaceans and coral algae in hard-to-reach places. Upside down, they comb the roof of the cavern, where another type of coral algae is a crimson color. The long-nosed hawkfish is only found near black coral. It keeps a sharp lookout for tiny crustaceans and worms that prosper in the branches. Along the outside ledge, a reddish sponge thrives, and numerous forms of life find a dwelling place. As Atlantis reaches the rim of the old lava ledge, large schools of ta'ape come into view, drifting and swirling on the current. This is the deepest that the sub goes, 150 feet down. Here, ancient lava walls form an undersea mountain range. After a 50-minute dream-like journey, the pilot travels to the area of
You're crushing
surfacing.
me. Stop.
At this maximum depth, a whaling
on, let
anchor
me
about
go.
140 years old lies on the sandy
Whoa,
bottom,
whoa, 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 whoa.
a
Watch the
deserted
fins.
relic of Lahaina's history.
Masher. Masher.
Again,
you're crushing
Atlantis
me. Let me
awaits the
go.
signal for the 2 to 3 minute ascent to the top. Pressurized air fills her ballast tanks, and vertical thrusters lift her toward the sky. Atlantis Submarines also tours Oahu with an entirely different focus. Here, you have to dig a little deeper under the surface. Deeper underground, because all of the plains beneath Honolulu are limestone, a huge remnant of compressed and solidified coral. It formed over 100,000 years ago when the area was underwater and coral built itself over the lava flows. Oahu, like Maui, is also formed by 2 volcanoes, now eroded into long ridgelines. A partial fringing reef flourishes in certain protected areas. Besides being the most famous beach in the world, Waikiki is the most visited area in the state, receiving 75% of the 6.5 million tourists a year. At one time, it was a network of rich wetland taro and royal fish ponds. But through the course of time, the coastal environment was altered to accommodate development. The natural reef was dredged and sand was brought in to create more beach area. That's why Atlantis decided to create artificial reef structures off the coast of Waikiki to join in a research effort to discover how an area can be replenished and how long it takes. The Waikiki Submarine Tour is a lesson in ecology as well as another fun and exciting introduction to Hawaiian reef life. The tour off Waikiki descends to a depth of about 85 feet to the first artificial reef structure. Schools of opelu, or mackerel, hover near the surface. These ladder-like constructions weigh about 27 tons and are part of a University of Hawaii research project in partnership with Atlantis Hawaii. It has attracted a huge variety of familiar fishes and supporting plant and animal organisms. The surfaces are encrusted with new plant and animal life, a garden tended by these plankton-eating fishes. These small openings provide shelter for residents from predators and strong currents. Preliminary testing has shown that the marine life in the Atlantis Reef area has multiplied about 3,000 times since inception. The next experimental reef structure was designed and fabricated in the city of Asahi, Japan. In this manner, the Japanese cultivate nutritious seaweed for sushi and other fine foods. It's made of fiberglass and weighs about 25 tons. Not to be mistaken for Moorish idols, these black and white striped pennant fish seem to match the delicate rings of the Asahi Reef. And the Lauvilivili also have adopted this as their private feeding ground. Traveling down to about 110 feet, the sub continues its underwater flight to the deepest artificial reef. A Mitsubishi YS-11 airplane was placed here and opened up to allow shelter and plenty of room for fish. Damselfish have claimed part of it as an egg-laying site and will energetically defend their patch of algae. But the best part of the show lies silent a short distance away. The sunken Navy oil tanker YO-257 a veteran of 3 wars, is Hawaii's
As
largest
great as I
shipwreck.
look.
It was built 50 years ago. Who would have thought it would end up providing life to thousands of sea creatures off the coast of Waikiki? Coral and encrusting algae growths have sprouted up from the decks. Large holes were cut so the fish could maneuver around inside and find privacy or refuge. It's one of the highlights of daily scuba diving tours. This is Ernie. Ernie has moved into an old pipe and can always be found here, keeping watch over the whole parade. The population of ocean citizens here is amazing, considering how short a time it took to colonize the ship. It's different every day, but you can always count on the schools of Ta'ape and, of course, Ernie. That's another one of the Atlantis subs in Waikiki, viewing the wreckage from the other side. The pilot heads for the surfacing area now, near the lava flow called Pali'opono, or Ridge of Life. The Atlantis adventure is not only beautiful, but teaches a valuable lesson about conservation of our precious Hawaiian reefs and marine life resources.
Malama Aina.
Malama Aina. Care for the land, or Aina, and it will care for you. The Aina for Hawaiians extends all the way from the mountain to the seafloor. Lokahi. Unity, balance, and harmony with nature. Mana'o'io. A respect for the things of nature and the true spirit or mana they have.
Aloha Aina.
Aloha Aina, the love of this land.
No laila, pono no kako e aloha ai malama I ia aina nei.
These images might remain in your dreams long after you've left. You will remember the softness and mystery, the rhythm and spirit of Hawaii beneath the surface.
I don't know if the next ones I already played or not yesterday, because I should have checked off which ones I played. I'm gonna do a few Japanese commercials next. A lot of Hawaii's population, is either Polynesian or Japanese. I think I might have played these ones. Oh, well, this one's just several minutes of black screen. I don't have a ton. I have some. I have like this Japanese video of a woman teaching her cat to shit in a toilet. Spoilers.
仲良くなって話し相手や相談相手になっていただけたら嬉しいんですけど。勉強する気がないなら帰るわよ。
私ね、パパもママも浮気してること知ってるの。私に負けたの？
負けた？私は冗談でしょ？
なら逃げ
Oh, I played this one. I definitely played this one. All right, we'll try Japanese commercials again in a sec.
Imagination. It starts with an innovative concept, translates to a visual understanding, and then transforms into a technological revolution. Creating PC software entertainment for nearly a decade, Sierra Online has stretched our imagination with its legendary software And the legacy continues as Sierra presents a completely new line of 3D adventure games. This video catalog previews the recent breakthroughs in graphic design and animation that will shape the future of software home entertainment.
Enter the world of King's Quest IV.
Just so you guys know, like the first video game I ever played was King's Quest 1 as a kid. Sierra, it's complicated. They got acquired by Vivendi and there was mismanagement, and then eventually they got split off into a bunch of different things and they went bankrupt and all their properties got absorbed by other companies pretty much. I'd love to stream some Sierra games. My favorite are probably the Quest for Glory series. I've thought about streaming it, but I think people might think it's boring. I don't know.
Fate be what it may, you are dragged to meet it. Sierra Online commences an entirely new generation of interactive computer games with King's Quest IV, The Perils of Rosella. In the beginning, valiant heroes ventured into the King's Quest world of Quest for the Crown, Romancing the Throne, and To Err is Human. Equipped with the latest in computer technology, Roberta Williams' newest addition to the King's Quest series will dazzle and delight you with its advanced high-resolution graphics, unparalleled 3D animation, and a lavish musical soundtrack. With multitudes of rooms to explore, King's Quest IV will challenge your skill and courage as you frantically search for the one item that can save the ailing King Graham. But make haste, for you'll only have one day to complete your quest. Traveling with the beautiful Princess Rosella, you'll unfold the mysteries of a strange land, overcome its hostile inhabitants, and determine your own destiny. As the bright morning light begins to shine upon the fields and forests that enfold the land of Tamir, you may encounter some hard-working dwarves awaiting a hearty meal, a traveling minstrel of questionable talent, and a shy but lovesick unicorn. These friendly creatures may help you acquire great treasures and special items that are necessary for a successful journey. Travel by day or night, but beware, for as the sun sinks low into the sky, strange creatures of the night come alive. It is now the witching hour, where eccentric ghosts go on their haunts, restless zombies crawl out of their crypts, and evil witches brew their bubbling pots. Like its predecessors, King's Quest IV combines the medieval legend of old with the computer technology of today. Complete with an original musical soundtrack and a 10-minute introductory cartoon, methinks this enchanted adventure may prove to be the noblest quest of all.
Be on the lookout for convicted felon Jesse Baines. Suspect has escaped from Lytton Prison and has taken hostages. Baines is considered armed and dangerous. 10-4.
2310 Mary responding. Code 3.
Sierra Online brings you the real-life action drama of Police Quest 2, The Vengeance. This is the city, Lytton, a peaceful, law-abiding community, but not for long. Innocent lives are at stake once again, with the escape of the ruthless drug thug, the Death Angel. Convict Jesse Baines is back with a vengeance. A vengeance for the cop who sent him to prison. Your job, should you choose to accept it, is to help homicide detective Sonny Bonds return the crime-ridden Lytton streets to safety. From the lofty sky to the slimy sewer, Detective Bonds will stop at nothing to nab the infamous Death Angel and rescue his hostage-held honey, Sweet Cheeks Marie. Police Quest 2 continues the real-life authenticity of Police Quest 1 with improved 3D graphics, an expanded cityscape, and an intriguing plot that will test your detective's street smarts. Experience what it's really like to be a cop.
Could you put the heater on for me?
Want to strike it rich? Well, sir, just sell your land, pack your bags, and grab the next ride out, because your fortune lies just 2,000 miles away. Get ready for Gold Rush, an adventure game carved out of our nation's past, as one man pioneers his way from the crowded streets of New York City to the gold fields of sunny California.
Historically accurate and loaded with real-life adventure, Gold Rush is a new 3D animated adventure game that offers a wide departure from previous Sierra titles. As an early American explorer, you can choose from a variety of routes that can lead you to the California Gold Country. For instance, embark upon the high seas, traveling by steamer to Panama. There you'll continue your journey by foot.
Back in those days, we didn't have no Panama Canal. Did I ever tell you the time when I...
After foraging the rugged jungles of Central America, you'll set sail for the barbaric coast of San Francisco. Beware of the dangerous quicksand, poisonous snakes, and hostile natives you'll encounter along the way. For a wildly different expedition, travel across the heartland of America by wagon train, stagecoach, canal boat, and steamer. Many obstacles lie in wait, including cattle rustlers, thieves, and rugged mountain ranges.
Why, those snake-winding varmints will never catch me by cracky!
Or become a seafaring soldier and journey from the East Coast around the tip of Cape Horn to reach your final destination in California. True mariners of the deep will anticipate the hardships of combating scurvy, starvation, and the dangers of the unpredictable deep blue sea. Adults and children alike will surely enjoy this pioneer adventure that captures the independent spirit of our nation's heritage.
Go west, young man!
Larry is loose Rookie! Looking for love in several wrong places is Larry's latest lesson in love!
Who else but Leisure Suit Larry would win the $1 million lottery, a dream date on the Dating Connection, and a luxury cruise to the Mexican Riviera? But behind this blanket of fun and frivolity lies a ballyhoo of espionage and intrigue, with the KGB, the Krishnas, and the deranged Dr. None tonight on his tail. Leisure Suit Larry's luck may run out faster than his hair recedes. Will Larry save the free world from imperialistic invasion? Can he find a surefire cure for hair loss? Does he ever date a decent dame?
Hold it right there, partner. You ain't gonna wrestle no soda off of me.
Find out by playing Sierra Online's Looking for Love in Several Wrong Places.
Help Leisure Suit Larry become rich and famous!
Spine-tingling chills, flesh-eating orbs, and creepy Cupid arms. Introducing Manhunter, a foreboding science fiction epic created by the authors of the mega hit, The Ancient Art of War. A dark vision of our planet's future, Manhunter evolves around the life of an Orwellian spy in New York City, 2 years after alien invasion and consequent world takeover.
There once was a manhunter from New York who took a wrong turn in a park. He stepped on a mine, should have read the sign. Now he is scattered from dawn to dark.
Our hero is contracted by the newly founded alien dictatorship as a manhunter. His goal? To seek and destroy a ring of human saboteurs and unruly militants, hoping to end alien rule. Every step of the way could prove to be your last. Manhunter includes several new innovations to Sierra's acclaimed 3D animated adventure game system, including split-screen animation and advanced windowing effects. What better way to view squished heads, famished baby orbs, and rotting corpses? Get ready for an action arcade game that is out of this world. Sierra presents Sylpheed, a three-dimensional space extravaganza with sound, graphics, and gameplay unmatched by previous home computer action games. In Sylpheed, you'll find yourself strapped to the seat of a superjet dogfighter, blasting your way through a multitude of increasingly difficult space battlefields. Direct from Japan, where game design is treated as an art form, Sylpheed redefines arcade excitement, complete with an energetic musical soundtrack. The only item you'll find missing on this thriller is the slot for quarters. Sylpheed becomes the second hit title in Sierra's licensing agreement with Game Arts of Japan, authors of the best-selling Dexter action game. Long, long away, in a galaxy far, far ago, those two guys from Andromeda decided to rid the universe of boring software space games. They had a cosmic concept, a vulcanized vision, and perhaps a little too much free time. Emanating from their cerebral cavities came forth the Space Quest series with Roger Wilco, intergalactic sanitary engineer. Now the 3D adventure game continues with Space Quest 3, The Pirates of Pestilon. Once you've donned the space boots of Roger Wilco, it's up to you to save the universally acclaimed software authors, those two guys from Andromeda, from a fate worse than death. spare these space dudes from churning out dull, mindless arcade games for the disreputable software company Scumsoft. To save our heroes from software slavery, you must travel to many strange and interesting planets, and perhaps sample some of the best cosmic cuisine in the galaxy. Eat hearty, though. You're going to need all the strength you can muster to hang on through this 3D adventure.
Meanwhile, in the dingy basement of Scumsoft, we find the two guys from Andromeda.
Really? So what do you think of the new Chicken Quest?
Fabulous, JB, fabulous.
You think it's gonna sell?
Oh yeah, like hotcakes.
$8, huh?
Big bucks, big bucks.
Only Sierra brings you the enchanting 3D adventure game for kids, Mixed Up Mother Goose. Apparently, Mother Goose has misplaced characters and items from some of her classic nursery rhymes. Bo Peep has misplaced her sheep. Mary lost her little lamb. And Jack Be Nimble may be quick, but he can't find that darn candlestick. So it's up to your child to restore her 18 mixed-up rhymes back to normal. The easy-to-use menus make it simple to play the game, save it, and select options. Your child can also choose from various heroes, boys and girls alike, that will represent them in the game. To further personalize their character, a child can enter his own name. Up to 12 players can save their game to disk according to their name. Great for brothers and sisters, or even classroom groups. This 3D animated adventure includes a free full-color map of Mother Goose Land with pop-out windows, which reveal all the delightful Mother Goose characters.
With over 800,000 sold, the King's Quest series continues to be the best-selling graphic adventure ever sold. Initially available on MS-DOS with other popular formats to follow, King's Quest 4 will be the first 3D animated adventure to use Sierra's improved high-resolution graphics system. In addition to its stunning new look, The Perils of Rosella will include over 40 minutes of original music performed by television and film composer William Goldstein. This stereo soundtrack is compatible with various music cards, including the Roland MT32 sound module, the AdLib music synthesizer, and the IBM music feature. With the introduction of King's Quest 4, Sierra plans to continue the King's Quest legacy with one of the most extensive promotional programs ever offered to the trade. First, every authorized Sierra dealer will receive a point-of-purchase display illustrating the Great Master Adventurer Contest. To further direct customers to their local dealer, Sierra is planning full-page color advertisements aimed at major PC publications. Also, a special 32-page color edition of the Sierra newsletter and a bonus Master Adventurer Contest brochure included in every King's Quest 4 software package. Contest participants could win a trip to the castles of England, one of 3 Tandy 1000 TX computers, and 2,000 other prizes available in the Great Master Adventurer Contest. Recognizing the outstanding potential of King's Quest 4, Sierra's extensive marketing efforts will ensure great success to those who stock the biggest adventure game ever created.
All right, hold up. Here, I think I might skip to current time. I want to see, what did I have lined up next? We can do one more video, and then I'll skip to current time.
How you doing, Steve? Hi, Philip. How are you doing, Steve? Great.
We're both doing well.
The echo, right? Hey.
We're in stereo here, Philip. Philip, where are you calling from tonight?
I'm calling from Alabama.
All right. Now, how about you? Do you have a favorite moment in the trilogy?
Really, I don't have a favorite moment. They're all my favorite moments. Really,
Good
there's
answer.
not just one that I can pick out. I like them all.
It is hard to pick, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Did you get to see the films in the theaters?
Well, I saw the first one, but I didn't get back to see the rest of them. And I saw this on TV, and I saw the price, and I thought, wow,
Yeah.
I've got to have this.
Right.
I tell you, it's cheaper to buy these 3 than it is to go see them at the movie.
Yeah, that's what happens these days with theaters.
Indeed.
It's a great experience, but it does get a little costly with the popcorn and soda.
Yeah, you got to have that. You can't. It's not a movie if you don't have the popcorn.
Okay, so is that what you're going to do when you get these home and pop them in the VCR?
That's right. I'm going to sit down with a bowl of popcorn and watch all 3 of them.
Great.
Philip,
That's the way to do it.
I'm going to be doing the same thing with you. I think, when you realize we're just a couple of months away from horrible weather, and you realize that for under $30, with the shipping and handling included, you just got over 6.5 hours of entertainment. And not only are you getting the movies, but I learned this from Steve Sansweet, you're getting more than just the special edition of the movies. You're getting actually much more in each tape.
I know it. I bought the other 3 trilogies, the first ones that came out, and I saw these, and I thought, well, I've got to have these.
Just right.
Further the library.
And what Steve is mentioning is there are going to be little mini documentaries on each of the cassettes, which tell you something about the making of the special edition and what went into each one of the films and what some of the changes were and how they were done.
That'll be nice there.
So it'd be nice to get some behind-the-scenes look at these.
It'll be fun. Philip, thank you so much for taking the time to chat tonight.
You're welcome.
Thanks a lot.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Yeah. With the we are swamped on the phone line, Steve. We knew this was going to happen. We're staffed up to the max here for this hour of the night. Let me ask you this at home. If you are already a QVC customer, please use automated ordering. If you're a new customer, use the regular number. You have to use it your first time. It is going to be a little bit of a wait. But think about this. This is a world premiere. We have beat everybody to the punch on this. It's so new we don't even have the slip case for it, that has a die-cut Darth Vader that these all slip into. All 3 films, 250 updated effects, new scenes, pointing the way right toward the prequel. It's a must-have. Please stay on the line, $29.95. And we'll go to Alan this time to Mita. Mita, you're live with Steve Sansweet and me. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Time to talk to Seaman. Let's go. He's got a question for you.
Oh, shit. What's up? Hi, Pookie.
Who? Me? Oh, stop.
What's the question, dog?
I'm gonna pee if you don't stop. Oh, my eyes, my eyes, my eyes.
Ask the question. Let's talk. Talk to me.
What?
What's your question?
Well, you know I try.
Good, doing real well, Mita. What's got you impressed with the special edition?
I love Star Wars. Absolutely love it. My children are going to be thrilled. My son is in college and has no idea this will be waiting for him when he comes home at the end of summer school.
That's super.
Excellent. Boy, what a family event that's going to be, Mita.
Absolutely. My daughter said, don't go to sleep till you get it.
6.5 hours. Can you imagine? 6.5 hours with the mini documentaries, so you get a little bit of the making of. You'll know how some of those new effects were zipped in. And plus, we learned from Steve Sansweet that the prequel, fingers crossed, the prequel should be, you said May 1999?
May 1999 for Star Wars Episode 1.
Wow.
Episode 1, you guys.
Yeah, me too.
And Jedi is going to point the way. You will see the Imperial capital for the first time. You'll get a little bit of a feel of what's going to be happening there in number 1. So you're going to have a little jump on a lot of folks.
I think we deserve it.
Hey, good deal. What's your son's name, Mita?
Marshall.
Well, say a special hello to Marshall from us, and thank you so much for being part of the show.
I saw Episode 1 in theaters,
Thank you.
too.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Mita.
Bye-bye.
You know,
go ahead, please.
Yeah, I can't wait to get these so I can just sort of freeze frame on some of the wonderful new stuff. I mean, the Bespin scene, I think I told you, I just love the way they've opened up Bespin, and you see all that wonderful architecture there. I want to study that some more. I just love it so much. It went by too quick for me.
I understand. I mean, the whole thing with the Cloud City is just, it's spectacular.
Right.
Just spectacular. This, with the new digitally enhanced sound, digitally remastered sound, digitally remastered video, it's just a grabber. It really is. If you're on the line, please, please, please stay on the line. And Steve,
So
while I
tell
have
me,
you here, my favorite...
How is your father's health?
That's a fucking weird question. Fine.
He's okay then?
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad to hear he's doing well.
That's weird. Yeah, is that a threat? I mean, he did just have surgery, but it went fine. He's doing okay.
Because I thought when I put the question together, I thought about it for a little bit. Mine, like I said, mine's different than yours, but it was close to yours. My favorite moment was when we realized this little 2-foot-tall green guy is Yoda. I just sat back in my chair and said, "Hello." Oh boy, this is one bad little 2-foot guy.
And then we learn size makes not one great.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Great philosophizing in that movie.
It was, fabulous, fabulous. And it's funny because we had talked on the air before, and for the longest time, Jedi had been my favorite of the trilogy. Seeing the special edition, I honest and true, Empire has just taken over first place for me. I think it's something extraordinary.
Yeah, I agree with you, but you know, the other two aren't that far behind. It's not like one of the three is so far better or superior or more exciting or anything. That the special editions, I think, make all of them much more on a par than they were before.
Absolutely.
Although I love them all more than the first time.
They are.
It's funny going around the country and talking to different groups and finding out who loves which movie the best. And up until about a year ago, I didn't get a lot of people who said Jedi was their favorite movie until I sort of discovered this whole bunch of kids who grew up and Jedi was the first movie they ever saw or the first movie that they remembered.
Yeah.
And it's the favorite of the trilogy. It's the one they saw on the big screen and had that communal experience in the theater. And so there's a whole bunch of Jedi kids out there, too.
That's fascinating. Well, throughout the next 2 hours, you and I are going to be talking. We're going to be chatting more about the trilogy. But Steve Sansweet, thank you so much. Hang in there. We'll be chatting in just a little bit. Great to be working with you again, sir. Thank you. And we got to ask you at home, please, 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 oh, please, stay on the line. What are we kissing, Alan, at this point in time? Well over 5,000 sets have been ordered just since we began the show. And we want to welcome well over 200 new QVC shoppers who've joined us just since 1 a.m. The Star Wars Trilogy Special Video Edition is $29.95, E17444. Over 250 enhanced effects, new scenes, 6.5 hours plus mini documentaries, shipping and handling's included, world premiere. Get on the line now, but hang in there. Use automated ordering if you're already a QVC customer. And check this out. Here's a little bit more from Star Wars, the trilogy.
Here they come.
More like, here comes the fucking VOD mute. I mean, I understand why people got pissed off with the special editions. I saw them in the theater, and I remember thinking they were cool. I had only seen the original movies on VHS tape, and so being able to actually see them... What the fuck was that? Hold up. What was that little clip?
I got him! Great, kid! Don't get cocky!
All right.
I told you this is going to be exciting. Steve Sansweet is the premier Star Wars expert, collector, and author in the world today. He'll be joining us off and on. We have lots to talk about, though. Right now, let's make it a bit interactive with you. From Kevin, who's 30 years old, Gina, who's 10 years old, Erica, who's 8, and Rosie, who's 27 years old. Our favorite moment is from Return of the Jedi, when R2 shoots Luke's lightsaber into the air, and Luke saves the day. Remember that? Actually, that's how he got his lightsaber into Jabba's palace in the first place, hiding it in R2. That was a great moment, excellent moment. From Troy Meredith, my favorite moment has to be in Return of the Jedi at the end, where LucasArts rewrote the ending music score and showed off many new scenes. Yeah, well, that new scene of Coruscant right there at the end. James O'Connor, Shrewsbury, Massachusetts, favorite scene of the Star Wars trilogy, the Battle of Hoth, the battle on the ice planet. Was pretty wild. And when you saw Han go out to search for Luke, you realized how cold that was. All right, opportunity. Easy Pay. I've never seen these on Easy Pay before. They may have been maybe one other time, but they're on Easy.
All right. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna... Well, I don't know. I wonder if there's more questions he has. I mean, he's going to sleep now. I guess I could look at my research guide. I think we watched these ones. What about these?
新越谷会場では一流住宅メーカー10社のモデルハウスを展示中。皆様のご来場をお待ちしております。
ずっと新鮮。
まずはこれから。
面出しのうまさ。白鶴生貯蔵酒。白鶴。
この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。
日本がどんどん走ってるハイテク時代
Is this Civil War songs in Japanese?
人足を先の品揃えパワーのヨドバシカメラ
入学のお祝いに就職のお祝いにビデオカメラワープロパソコンなどなどハイテク時代の品揃え新宿西口ヨドバシカメラ。
チョコ食べてビール食べてチョコ食べてビール食べてチョコ食べてどっちも食べられるさすがいのピーナッツブロックチョコレート。江戸川競争場ではこの度皆様に大変ご迷惑をおかけしましたことを深くお詫びするとともに3月開催及び場外発売は自粛中止させていただきます。
Oh shit, a robot.
いらっしゃいと言える部屋になりました。
Their logo is just a pixelated dip.
おじいちゃん、タンスにゴン買ってきてくださいな。おじいちゃんまた死んだふりしてる。これやりだすと長いのよね。
Romantic and intensely romantic musical.
Is this a Phantom of the Opera ad?
愛の物語が始まる。劇団四季のオペラ座の怪人は。
Phantom of the Opera is pretty good. I'll be honest, musicals are okay. There's some musicals I really like. I actually really like opera though. Real opera is much more interesting than musicals are to me. There's some shit. There are definitely shitty operas though. Book of Mormon was good. I saw it in New York on Broadway.
Human Song Network 第一交渉
Hey, it's getting cold. Turn the heat up.
もちろん6チャンネルしてるよ
It's about time.
もちろん
さすが先輩。6チャンネルにはもう一つのテレビがあります。
あなたのテレビも文字放送でもっと利口になります物知りになりますよ
操作も簡
Is
単。
your father still
文字放
working?
送内蔵型テレビやアダプターをつけ
He's taking it easy, is he?
Yes.
Well, he deserves a rest after all those years of supporting your family. You know, unless he was a deadbeat who never gave you a dime. In which case he should be forced to work 80 hours a week hard labor.
What the fuck, bro? Okay. Sure. I was gonna say, I like a lot of operas. There are more modern ones I don't like that much, and by more modern, I mean like early 1900s, like Madame Butterfly, I think is probably the most modern opera I've seen. And I don't really like Madame Butterfly very much. I'm trying to think. I've seen a bunch of Mozart ones. I've seen like Carmen's really good. Barber of Seville is really good. Madame Butterfly, it's just a weird, I don't know. It's weird. I don't like it. I'd have to, maybe I should make I need to go through and like look. My parents, I used to really hate the opera because my parents would drag me when I was a kid to like go and see them. But at a certain point in time, I really started to appreciate them. Yeah, I should do an opera tier list. Exactly.
れば必要な時いつでも最新の数百種類の情報を無料で利用できます。
例えば成田フライトインフォメーション、コンサートライブの前売り情報、今日の星占いやニュースフルヒント役立ってます。そしてスポーツニュース、JNN ニュースもいろいろあります。その他に
Look
も
at this teletext shit.
在テクを目指
It's like
しているあなた
CFAX.
に最新株式や在テク情報をお届け、すぐに役立つ情報がいっぱい。
6チャンネルはテレビも素敵、
文字放送も素敵、
大いにご利用ください。
3月12日の世界不思議発見はエメラルドの海輝く沖縄から海のシルクロードに栄えた海洋国家琉球王朝の謎に迫ります。中国と日本の2つの大国の間で揺れる琉球王朝、そこには何々 越谷会場では一流住宅メーカー10社のモデルハウスを展示中。皆様のご来場をお待ちしております。
ウニテレビを見なくても生きてはいける。
眺めのいい部屋のジェームズ・アイボリー監督最新作。
I don't remember if we watched this one. Do I have a link to go to archive.org and just search Japanese commercials? There's a ton.
上田さん、田口さんね、お好きなんですから、押さないでください。押さないで、押さないで、お好きですから、お好き。ウニテレビを見なくても生きてはいける。お好きですよ。
今週の話題一番フジテレビ。
都会のタコツボシ、僕の原案です。監督は山本慎也、僕です。
タコツボシとはコインロッカー泥棒のことである。なんと裏稼業の懲りないメンバーがどでかい仕事を始めた。札束ザクザク、危険がいっぱい、笑いもいっぱい、とっておきの物語。都会のタコツボシ、金曜夜9時2分。
3月21日って何や知ってる？知らないの？春の高校バレーが始まるんじゃない？
そうです。若さでアタック春の高校バレーは3月21日開幕です。
恋人がサンタクロース、本当はサンタクロース、つむじ風追い越して
悪い奴らにはこれしかない。コマンド5。びくともしない装甲車を駆使して凶悪犯罪に立ち向かう命知らずの精鋭部隊。スピードと迫力、度肝を抜くアクションの連続。コマンド5、土曜夜9時2分。
若さでアタック春の高校バレー全国大会は3月21日いよいよ開幕です。
Reserve your ticket!
F-Take.
Attention Basic 4 lovers. Now there's more to Basic 4. More raisins, berries, apples, almonds, walnuts. 25% more fruited nuts in every box. Now more than ever, Basic 4 tastes so good, you'll forget it's for adults.
It was right after the kids were born. My skin got red, irritated, it's dry.
That's when you started using evaporated blanket care?
Yes. I don't know how it works, but it works great.
Think about it like this. Watch. Nothing's happening. The
A modern meat retailing operation. Lots of products, red meat, poultry, pork, and a range of value-added, ready-to-eat products. Looks good, doesn't it? Clean food and clean surroundings. But value-adding adds another dimension to meat retailing. Food safety. Selling safe food from safe surroundings. Look what happens when food safety goes wrong. A devastating outbreak, 18 dead and more than 500 injured, some of them seriously. The cause? Production of cooked, value-added meat products. An inquiry found many lapses of food safety, and in this program we're going to cover the causes of the Scottish outbreak. We'll point you in the right direction for setting up and operating a clean, safe premises. But you should also consult your trade association, local authority, and your supplier of cleaning chemicals. The program is in 3 parts. 1. The basics of hygiene. 2. Safe processing of value-added products. 3. how to keep your premises clean and minimize cross-contamination. Let's start with the basics of hygiene. There are two aspects to hygiene. The first is a clean premises, free of dirt and waste foods. You can see if an area is clean, so this aspect is straightforward. The second is more difficult to control. It's all about germs, bacteria, which are invisible to the naked eye. You can't see them, but they're there. On the surface of meat and poultry, on equipment and utensils, and on us, all over us, but especially our hands. Let's expose the enemies, their names and addresses. First, there's Salmonella, an old enemy. It's occasionally present on raw meat. On cooked meats and small goods, it can be a killer. Look what it did in the Victorian epidemic of 1997. Almost 1,000 illnesses and 3 deaths. Then there's E. coli, also found on raw meat and normally a harmless bacterium. There are a few really dangerous types which target the very young and very old. There is also Listeria. It attacks the young, old, pregnant and people whose immune systems are down. It lives in the environment, so there are plenty of ways it can get onto cooked products, if we let it. A fourth enemy is Clostridium. It also is present on raw meat, and it's resistant to cooking because it has spores. These spores germinate like seeds, and the bacteria grow very quickly in cooked meats, which are not cooled properly. The fifth enemy is Staphylococcus, or golden staph. It lives in us, in food handlers, on our hands, noses, and in spots or pimples. It's a very common cause of food poisoning. Okay, now we know the enemies, where they live, and how they like to grow. We can beat them with this knowledge. In the next program, we'll look at how to cook and cool properly, so bacteria are not a problem. In our first program, we listed the 5 main enemies. Now, let's look at how we control them. There are 3 ways to do this. Kill the bacteria during cooking, cool quickly and safely, have a clean area to prevent cross-contamination. The first effective control on all our products is that they are cooked. We put the heat into product in the roasting and smoking oven, or on the stove.
Oh, specific, January?
He was born in January?
Yes.
Interesting. The fathers of most people I know were born in January.
I don't know, he's into dads. Let's talk. Talk to me.
So, what day is your dad's birthday?
I'm not telling you that. The 10th.
I'm not familiar with that date. Do you have your own special calendar?
Yeah.
Let's try it again.
10th.
The 10th?
Yes.
I'll remember that. Your father's birthday is important, you know. But if you ask me, the most important thing is that your dad knows how much he means to you. Unless you think he's a huge pain in the neck. I'd probably keep that to myself if I were you.
Thanks, Seaman.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Is your mother in good health?
Yes.
She's doing well?
Yeah.
That's certainly good to hear.
What else do you want to know? Talk to me.
So tell me, does your mother work?
No.
She doesn't work. Is that right?
Yep.
Well, I bet she works hard enough without an actual job. Being a mom is hard work, you know. And giving birth? Ugh. Let me tell you, I'd rather be eaten by a shark than go through that. Not that I have any choice in the matter.
Oh, all right.
These processes must deliver enough heat so that the dangerous bacteria are all killed. All that is, except for Clostridium. We know we can't kill the spores, so we'll cover how to beat this bacterium later in the program. But for almost all bacteria, high temperatures have the same effect as a Scud missile. Look at how these salmonellas have exploded during cooking. So, cooking works. But how much cooking do we need to kill bacteria? For cooking hams, we need 65 degrees centigrade for 10 minutes at the slowest heating point, the center. This is because dangerous bacteria may be at the center. On a beef roast, the bacteria are all on the surface, so cooking and smoking delivers a much higher temperature than 65 degrees for a much longer time.
What month was your mother
Check
born?
it by putting the probe.
She was born in December?
Oh shit, I was muted. Yes.
Ha! My knowledge of you and your family grows ever more complete.
What the fuck? Talk to me.
I'm good.
Don't smile at me like that. Talk to me. Hey.
Right, I know.
Talk to me.
What's up?
Let's talk.
What day is your mother's birthday on?
The 23rd.
The 23rd?
Yes.
Of course. It's all becoming clear.
These are not
I
real
think
dates, by the
mothers
way.
are great.
My birthday was...
I hope you know how lucky you are to have a mom.
Thank you.
You wouldn't want to end up like me, forced to depend on complete strangers for food and attention.
I guess not. Let's talk.
No, I'm done for today.
Oh. I guess back to meat it is.
Just under the surface.
Seaman, do you like meat?
Worried about the center being rare? You
Eat
need
meat?
Because in a piece of meat, the bacteria are
I
all
don't
on the
think so.
outside. When you cook on the stove, the germs are all through the product. So you must make sure the heat is stirred through the product. If you bring the mix to the boil, you'll have put enough heat into the product to kill all the dangerous germs. Well, our cooking processes have given us a product that looks good, tastes good, and is also safe. Now we have to keep it safe during cooling. Our enemy now is spores of Clostridium, which have survived the cooking. Once the product cools to 60 degrees, the spores germinate and begin to grow. Between 30 and 50 degrees, the bacteria grow at a fast rate, doubling the population every 15 minutes or so. Below 30 degrees, growth still occurs, but at a lower rate. So, rapid cooling is the go. The best way is to cool the product in cold water until the temperature gets below 60 degrees. Then, get it into the fridge. But not in a large volume like this. It'll take many hours for the center to cool, and the bacteria may reach a level where they can injure your customers. Remember, just putting hot food in the chiller isn't the end of the matter. You must arrange the product so the cold air gets
The
to
word
all the
is
surfaces
grotesque.
and protect it from contamination by preventing cross-contamination. Now, in your cooked products, recontamination is the real enemy. Any dangerous germs which get in now will go straight into the consumer's mouths and may poison them. So let's look at some ways in which final products can get contaminated. Well, here's the first opportunity. Straight out of the oven, is that rack clean? Plenty of chances in the chiller, under raw meat, up against carcasses. You are also a major culprit. Those hands go everywhere, transferring bacteria from raw to cooked products. We can't see bacteria. They're invisible. But if we use this glitter instead, just see how it goes around the place. If this were a dangerous bacterium, we'd have a lot to worry about. So let's set our operation up to prevent cross-contamination. Ideally, we'd have separate premises, staff, chillers and displays for our value-adding operation, just like the airline kitchens. But we don't, so we'll work with what we've got. So all raw meat is stowed in the chiller. Now, for a couple of hours, our premises look like a small cooked food factory. Everything is cleaned and sanitized. Clean benches, clean slicer, clean vacuum packer, clean utensils. Then we set ourselves up. Clean uniform, apron and hat. Clean hands, a good scrub up. Now we're ready to go. And if we're going to handle cooked product, a gloved hand. It just takes setting up, changing your butcher shop into a cooked food premises.
You bet I am.
That means clean premises, clean staff and a system. And that's the subject of our last segment. A clean premises, the basis of a safe operation. If these aren't cleaned, you're playing Russian roulette with customers who buy cooked, ready-to-eat products. And that also means you. In this program, we're going to cover hygiene and sanitation in the meat retailing operation. We'll focus on plant and equipment. And on you. How to stop you putting dangerous germs onto cooked product. Let's start with the end-of-day clean-up.
I'm all talked out for
This is typical
today.
of any meat retailer. Bandsaw full of meat dust. Benches covered in fats and blood. Mincers full of meat scraps. The slicers had a hard day. And the floors also pretty dirty. We'll turn this around in 2 stages. First, we'll clean to remove build-up of dirt and food. Clean work areas mean customers get clean food. Second, we'll sanitize to remove any lurking germs. Sanitizers are essential to ensure our customers get safe food. To clean properly, we need the right chemicals and equipment. And we need a trained operator with the right protective gear. Most cleaning chemicals are friendly to our skin, but some, like oven cleaners, are strong caustic, so we need to protect our skin. First, we clear the decks, remove foods to storage. Now, clear up as much scrap food and rubbish as possible. It'll make the clean down much easier. Now we make up our cleaning solution. The secret of successful cleaning is to get right into the equipment and remove all build-up of food. So although it takes time, dismantling is vital. Let's follow through on cleaning this slicer and see how our expert does it. First, get rid of all food material. Brush on detergent and rinse in clean water. Common sense says when you've cleaned a piece of equipment, you put it somewhere clean so it won't pick up any new contamination. Now reassemble. Finish it all off with a sanitizer spray and you're ready to go tomorrow. A top cleaning job. Our sanitizers are proven killers of all the germs we're ever likely to encounter in the meat business. But give them time. At least 10 minutes to seek and destroy the bacteria. Don't forget, give the slicer a thorough clean at least once through the day. Note, the sanitizing step doesn't need to be done during this clean down. The cleaning process we just followed is the one for you, no matter which piece of equipment you clean. Clear the decks. Remove and rinse as much build-up as you can. Then dismantle so you can get at the soils. Clean thoroughly with detergent solution. Rinse. Then spray sanitizer for that overnight kill of any germs which may have survived the cleaning step. Some areas require specialist treatment with powerful cleaners. Thick grease takes a lot of detergent power, so protect yourself with gloves and mask. Spray on the cleaner. Start high and let gravity work for you. Give the caustic time to loosen the soil. Then rinse and finish off. Floors also get the same treatment. Remove all scraps, clean with detergent, and rinse. Our display cases need regular cleaning. Smeary glass looks terrible to our customers. So get in there as soon as you can and make those surfaces gleam. Our displays also need that weekly deep clean, so let's follow that now. Remove all trays to the cool room. Then get right in and clean with detergent. Rinse. Then finish off with sanitizer. This last step is especially important because Listeria can actually colonize and grow in displays. Sanitizer is used for a number of jobs. We can use it on utensils throughout the day, changing around lunchtime to keep the sanitizer active. Tickets and display decorations we soak overnight. And working surfaces get a final spray for overnight kill. One very important aspect of hygiene is us.
I think I'm going to fast forward to current time.
Our hands for many operations where we pick up dangerous germs.
Would you like to save and
Boning raw
end the
meat,
session?
moving carcasses, taking rubbish out to garbage bins, going to the toilet. So when we get them dirty, it's our number one job to get our hands back in good shape. Every time we work with cooked products. Same with our aprons. When we move to cooked product handling, we put on a clean apron and handle cooked products with tongs or a gloved hand. Look, if you think this is over the top, think again. This is a cooked food operation, and we need a higher level of hygiene. So let's summarize what we need for safe food handling. To beat the dangerous bacteria, we need to cook thoroughly at the right temperature, cool effectively to stop survivors growing to dangerous levels, protect products from cross-contamination, from raw meat, from working surfaces, from equipment, and from us. We need a cleaning program, simple procedures with chemicals which do the job all over our operation, and that includes us. Another important food safety measure includes protecting products from cross-contamination. One example of where extra care is necessary is the display case.
So let's do one more conversation day. I got one more thing I want to put on, but I'll wait until.
Hello. Welcome to the laboratory of Jean-Paul Gasset. This is your second visit today. It is good to have you back so soon. First, a recap of your previous visit. At the moment, the habitat contains 2 gillmen. They are suffering from the cold. Please use the heater to raise the temperature to a more comfortable level. Let me divulge the highlights for today. If Professor Gasset's data is accurate, we can expect a change in the gillman's body very shortly. So let us head over to the tank.
I just got an Amber Alert and a flash flood warning at the same time on my phone. That's reassuring.
Now that you've prepared your cured, cooked or fermented product safely, your next job is to keep it safe by avoiding cross-contamination. Remember, bacteria are everywhere, so it's hard work keeping those germs off ready-to-eat products. Some points to remember are, ready-to-eat products should never come into contact with any surface, piece of equipment or staff member that has been in contact with raw meat until it's been thoroughly cleaned. Protect ready-to-eat products from contamination during retail. Ideally, you would use separate display cabinets. But if that's not possible, ensure that raw and ready-to-eat products are physically separated within the display. You can achieve this by using a removable dividing wall to keep raw products separate from the ready-to-eat ones. Don't forget, the same rules for personal and equipment hygiene apply.
Here.
Have separate tongs and other
about
utensils
time.
for use in the raw and ready-to-eat parts of your retail operation.
It's about time.
You must wash your hands prior to handling ready-to-eat
goody.
products. Then use tongs or a gloved hand to serve your customers. Look, the meat retail business is developing, and you need extra care with value-added products. So make a sensible food safety plan and get advice and help. Your industry authority is only too keen, and so is your cleaning specialist.
P. Sherman, 42 Wallaby Way. All right. Let me turn off. Let's get rid of the TV for a second. Gotta get my insects wet. All right. Good afternoon. And the game just froze. Whoa, that was weird. Good afternoon.
No, it's not.
Good evening.
I have another question for you.
Oh, all right.
And it's a serious one, so no fooling around.
All right.
Do you like yourself?
Sometimes.
Really? You should always be happy with who you are. Embrace your individuality. I mean it. Go. Embrace. I'll wait.
Thanks. Are you hungry?
No, leave me alone.
Tickle, tickle. What's up? Do you need anything?
I bet you say that to all the fishmen.
Well, yeah. I guess. Do you like fishmen? Fishman.
The name is Seaman.
I love you, Pookie.
That's me, cute as a button.
Let's talk. Talk to me. Talk to me.
So, what's the one thing you like most about yourself?
My brain.
Let's try that again. What do you like most about yourself? And enunciate this time.
My personality.
You think you've got a good personality?
Sure. Yeah.
Well, that's good. To me, that's the most important thing about a person.
I started playing this a few days ago. What's your favorite thing about me? Are you okay?
Right, I know.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna put something else on until he feels like talking. I wonder if this is actually gonna get blocked on YouTube. This is kind of skirting it. This is what this is probably one of my favorite food-related shows. Oh, yeah. But it doesn't. I don't think they play it on TV anymore. Loud.
Nearly a decade ago, a man's fantasy became reality in a form never seen before. Kitchen Stadium, a giant cooking arena.
Just so you know, this is the dubbed version. There aren't really. I mean, I've found a few episodes that have the original announcers and stuff like that, and it's all subtitled, but they're very hard to find since I think it was Food Network bought the rights. So this is the original Iron Chef, which ran in the mid-90s in Japan. And I think Food Network bought the rights to it and then did like these really cheesy dubs over it. I mean, they still, yeah, you'll see. But I love this show. It's great.
The motivation for spending his fortune to create Kitchen Stadium was to encounter new original cuisines, which could be called true artistic creations. To realize his dream, he started choosing the top chefs of various styles of cooking. And he named his men the Iron Chefs, the invincible men of culinary skills. Iron Chef Japanese is Rokusaburo Michiba. Iron Chef French is Hiroyuki Sakai. Iron Chef Chinese is Chen Kenichi. And Masahiko Kobe is Iron Chef Italian. Kitchen Stadium is the arena where Iron Chefs await the challenges of master chefs from all over the world. Both the Iron Chef and Challenger have 1 hour to tackle the theme ingredient of the day, using all their senses, skills, creativity, there to prepare artistic dishes never tasted before. And if ever a challenger wins over the Iron Chef, he or she will gain the people's ovation and fame.
One of the reasons I love this show so much as a chef is just like the mid-90s were a very like growth period for fine dining. And like just some of the shit they make in this show is so weird and like looks so bad. But like I can tell like some of the things are going to like taste really good.
Serves me right. The most authoritative restaurant guide in France and perhaps the world is Michelin. In Japan, a new restaurant guide is now under the spotlight, Gourmand. And like Michelin, it rates French restaurants by the number of stars. This controversial guide caused a bit of turbulence among French cuisine chefs in Japan.
This book did cause some waves among some of the chefs. Some were rated lower than they thought they should have been.
Considering how French cuisine is positioned in Japanese society, this book is nothing but a foolish attempt, really.
The editor-in-chief of this guide is the man who is considered one of the top gourmets in Japan, Morio Mita. Mita has strongly criticized by Iron Chefs.
The chefs who appear on Iron Chef now are surpassed by other
I know
rising
you said
chefs.
you like yourself, and that's great. But I mean, you're not perfect. Nobody is, except maybe me.
Uh-huh.
There's got to be something you don't like about yourself. So, if you had to pick the one thing that you dislike most about yourself, what would it be?
Looks, I guess.
Your nose?
No, I didn't say that. No.
Then what is your least favorite thing about yourself?
That other fish has weird hands. Looks?
Your private part?
What? No!
Then what is your least favorite thing about yourself?
My height.
Your private part?
No! No!
Then what is your least favorite thing about yourself?
Height.
Your height?
Sure.
Well, as long as your body's long enough to reach the floor, you should be fine.
Okay, sure. Good one, Seaman.
I'm seeing many good young chefs in town who I consider better than the Iron Chefs now.
Ah, strong words indeed. And to prove his own words, Mita will personally select a challenger to step into my kitchen stadium. Today's challenger, fully endorsed by Morio Mita, head chef of La Table de Combat, Toshihiro Komine. When it comes to vegetables, this man falls behind none among the French chefs in Japan. His breakthrough came when he began to develop styles using vegetables as the center of his main dishes. And on the plates, you will find meats used as garnishes to vegetables.
He captures the natural essence of each vegetable and finishes them in unique dishes. He is particularly good at that.
He entered the field of cooking at age 20. At 29, he left for France to study authentic French cuisine. He was accepted by kitchens of many three-star restaurants during his 3-year training in France, capturing the esprit of genuine French food. And in 1988, he returned to Japan and opened his own restaurant, inspired to creating new dishes featuring vegetables.
Vegetables normally play a supportive role in dishes. They are usually secondary elements. I wanted to give them a bigger role in my dishes.
And since then, Komine literally studied everything there is to know about vegetables and created his own magical world. I am extremely pleased to have such a chef, endorsed by Morio Mita, step into my battlefield. So now, Komine, show us your magical manipulations of vegetables and let us see if Mita is proven right.
If Chef Komine can do what he normally does, I think he can win for sure.
Yo, these seamen have some like weird hand things going on, and they have like little tiny legs that are sprouting. Weird. Actually, I'm pretty sure this song and another one usually gets VOD muted or claimed because it's from like Dances with Wolves or something. I don't really remember. I know that a lot of these are on YouTube and they mute these parts probably so they don't get taken down. But I don't know. Yo, peace out, comrade.
A bunch of chefs who are better than the Iron Chefs. That's what Morio Mita says. Those sound like fighting words, and our guest today would know something about boxing in the ring. Actor Tsurutaro Katoka, welcome to the show.
Pleasure to be here.
Katoka-san, people still have that image of you as a hungry fighter, but you're quite finicky about food, right?
Well, when I was boxing, of course I couldn't eat much, so I ate mostly vegetables and carbohydrates.
All right, so a gourmet is not about quantity, but quality. Thanks for coming in.
Nice to be here.
And our commentator, Dr. Yukio Hattori. Doc?
Always a pleasure.
Okay, let's bring on Chairman Kaga.
Japanese フランス料理界に間違いなく活気を与えた一冊の批評本グルマン。全ての店を食べ歩いたその責任編集者三田森夫が一人の料理人を送り込んでまいりました。時にはシェフと喧嘩になるほどストレートな意見を述べる三田が自信を持って 送り込んできた挑戦。さあ皆さん大きな拍手でお迎えください。野菜料理の第一人者小峰俊弘。
All right, a young French cuisine chef, a rising star on the culinary scene, Komine, being led in by Mita, chief editor of the Gourmand Guide. He says this challenger is better than the Iron Chefs. We'll see about that.
どうもようこそいらっしゃいました。
Nice to meet you.
どうもようこそいらっしゃいました。私の家の本棚にもグルマン11年分のグルマンがあるんでございますが。
Ah, I'm glad to hear that. How do you use that book?
たまに開いたりなんとかして。
Oh, really? I see.
今の挑戦者のお店には星をいくつお付けになりますか？
I can give him 2 stars for now.
これは非常に楽しみです。それでは我が美食アカデミーが誇る3人の鉄人を登場させましょう。よみがえるがいいアイアンシェフ。
Making their ascent into Kitchen Stadium, the nation's culinary leaders, your Iron Chefs. Iron Chef Chinese Chen Kenichi, Iron Chef French Hiroyuki Sakai, and Iron Chef Japanese Rokusaburo Michiba. Here they stand, the invincible men of culinary skills.
もしこのキッチンスタジアムがレストランだとしたら、この店にはいくつの星をつけられますか？
If it really accepted guests, 2 stars. Yes. If it didn't accept guests, 1.5 stars.
そうでございます。ということですが、誰と戦うか決めるのはあなたです。さあ、誰と戦う？
酒井さん、please.
All right, battle lines drawn. Komine on his own or doing Mita's bidding, going for Sakai. Just what we're waiting to see. Iron Chef French Hiroyuki Sakai, one of the first chefs to fuse Japanese techniques with French recipes, and his artistic use of color has earned him the moniker the Delacroix of French cuisine. But today, Mita through Komine, trying to tarnish his reputation, something he can't allow.
野菜オタクとまで言われている今日の挑戦者。やはりテーマは野菜しかないと思いました。そして考え始めたもののなかなか思いつきません。明日までにと焦っている時に思いついたのです。明日といえばあの野菜です。それでは発表します。今日のテーマはこれです。
Oh shit, asparagus.
Atmosphere almost like that of a heavyweight title fight. Gourmand Guide's chief editor bringing in challenger Komine for a shot at Iron Chef Sakai. Asparagus, the theme, seems to favor the challenger. We are set, so let's get it on.
On it, Kaizen!
Bang a gong, we are on. A mano, French cuisine affair and Katoka-san, you're already fired up.
These are just great.
And this is just starting out.
This isn't a contest, it's a fight.
And I know you often get out to the boxing arena. You're a real fight fan, especially for any big fight that's in town. And feeling the same type of excitement for today's battle?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Well, this is the main event, no undercard today.
Fun fact, you know, white asparagus, they grow it, the way they grow it is they like grow normal asparagus, but they keep like raising the dirt around it so it doesn't get as much sun exposure.
The green ones, they've always been under
Oh,
the
he's
sun,
talking about it.
And the white ones, they've been covered up with soil. So they taste and smell different, yeah. So we should watch the chefs as they differentiate each dish by their choice of asparagus.
So they don't develop
the parts of the
chlorophyll.
asparagus being used, too. They're the tips, right? Soft parts, used a lot in salads, things like that. Middle part could be used for stewing, the bottom for boiled or straining to make a soup, things like that.
Okay, a great primer on asparagus, and already Sakai cutting them in the circle mold there.
Yeah, he's trying to keep them all the same length.
All right.
So I imagine he's going to display them later so they'll all be the same height. That's what I'm guessing.
Okay.
Fukusan!
Floor reporter Shinichiro to go.
Rare sight indeed that you may or may not have noticed. Iron Chef Sakai has accidentally cut himself. He is bleeding from his thumb, as you can see.
Oh, my.
Boy. Have to take care of that.
Wonder if that'll have any effect on his cooking the rest of the way from here on out.
He's a pro. I don't think so. If he bleeds too much, do you guys have a TKO rule here?
Hey, we don't even have a ringside cut man.
No?
Dr. Hattori's not licensed to practice medicine. Yes.
Yeah, we've just received word that Challenger Komine is preparing pie sheets and getting an ice cream maker ready.
All right, the Challenger. Pie sheets and
an ice cream machine.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
And we'll make note of that. Thanks, Ota.
So maybe he's up for sorbet?
Sounds good. And the ice cream machine in
So,
operation.
I
think
it's really interesting that when I asked you what you liked best about yourself, you did not choose a physical characteristic. You must recognize that physical appearance is not the most important thing. In fact, how attractive a person is often has little or nothing to do with what they actually look like. You know what I mean? So tell me, do you think you're attractive?
Yeah.
You do think you're attractive?
Sure.
That's good. Usually, if you believe that you are attractive, other people will think so too. Because at the very least, they will be attracted to your self-confidence.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Confidence is just fake, by the way. I mean, confidence is just being good at pretending that you know what you're doing, even though most people don't know what they're doing. And I think, because I don't think I'm a very good-looking guy, but I don't think I'm a bad-looking guy either. I mean, I'm short. Again, that's probably the worst thing about me. But like, if you're confident in yourself, then that really doesn't matter, you know? It's like, I don't know. But the thing is there's a difference between having confidence and also being like full of yourself. You know, you got to stay humble. If you're not humble, then people aren't going to like you. But my worst quality is legitimately that I'm lazy. That's by far my worst quality. I should have said that, but I didn't. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Confidence is a weird thing because I guess it really depends on what you're talking about. I mean, it's one thing, like, say you go to school and you study a certain topic, like, say you're a geologist or something, and you can talk about rocks a lot. You know, there's a difference between just having confidence in your day-to-day actions versus, like, having confidence in, like, your knowledge and knowing things. I think people get that confused a lot too. But I mean, yeah, if you go around and you constantly like, if you're the type of person where you constantly apologize for doing like normal things, then people like pick up on that and they're like, oh, this person, you know, isn't that confident in themselves. And I mean, there is a humbling quality, though, to being, you know, being honest about your confidence and stuff like that. You know, it's, I don't know, it's all a fine line. It's like, you know, that's why a lot of people always just say be yourself. And like, that's the thing is like being yourself just means having confidence in who you are. And I mean, yeah, it's about being comfortable with yourself. That's why I don't use a face cam.
Chef Sakai has got his game face on today.
Seriously, yeah.
And then accidentally cutting his thumb earlier. He's maybe a little wound up today.
Well, there's a little bit of history to this, if I can take a couple of moments to explain
sure
this.
Is.
You mean a grudge of some sort?
Well, the editors of the guide are Mr. Moriyomita and Masahiro Yamamoto. And in that restaurant guide, Challenger Komine's place is rated as 2 stars, all right?
Right.
And Sakai only got 1 star.
1 star for Sakai's place, if you can believe that.
Yeah. So definitely Sakai, well, behind the 8 ball, but he's also going to try to prove something.
Yeah, Lexi, I think it's more about how you present yourself to other people. Like, I think all of us, for the most part, have our lack of confidence in our own personality and like, because we know ourselves better than anyone else, but it's really like, you know, what you put out to other people.
all for various reasons, but he says that doesn't bother me. He says I won't lose. Just watch me. I'll let my cooking do the talking.
All right, and this is for real. This is about livelihood and more than just his pride and honor as an Iron Chef. War has been declared. Now over to the challenger side, and let's see, looks like eggs and something else.
Maybe he'll be using a pie sheet for this later on?
Or make a pie sheet with it?
No, hang on just a second here. What's this? What he's got now?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay, I think I know what
The
this
green
is.
one there, yes.
This mixture that he just added out of the blender is, I believe, asparagus and milk.
Okay, I was going to say an ice cream base.
Asparagus ice cream. Well, he's got the eggs with it now.
Eggs are in there as well. You're right.
All right, mixing that
And
up.
Fukusan,
Yes.
I also have a list of ingredients.
I'm sorry, but what the fuck? Why does the moth have a face? What am I supposed to do with the moths? Can I feed? I'm guessing they're food for later.
It's being gathered together on the Iron Chef side. Omar lobster, scallops, prawns, foie gras, truffles, cherrywood chips, and kombu kelp. Back to you.
Man alive, the Iron Chef
15
really going
minutes
to
have
town with
elapsed.
the ingredients he set up there.
Right, and hearing about the cherrywood chips.
Those legs are like getting bigger too as we play.
I imagine that means he'll be smoking something, right?
Smoked
All
item,
right.
great.
Maybe he could end
I
up
could
with
go
the
for
smoked
smoking something
asparagus
right now.
dish.
Right, or the Omar lobster. That could work as well. Sure.
Smoked Omar lobster? Mouth starts watering just saying that. Wow, check it out now on the challenger side.
Got some sort of shellfish here.
Shellfish, yeah.
Okay, how about in French cuisine? Shellfish is used much in it?
No, well, not in France. The Japanese French cuisine, yes, but you don't see that in Europe.
Okay, and Komine and his assistants, 3 peas in a pod right there, working on a dressing, I think.
Okay,
Could have a salad with asparagus and shellfish.
Right, yeah, and mentioning the salad, just a bit of salt and pepper on this, it would be perfect as is.
Really?
All right, now back with the Iron Chef, the prawns he had skewered earlier.
Oh, right, prawns.
Looks good.
Just your basic boil there.
You'll notice the bamboo sticks too. That's for maintaining a particular shape. Just
That's
keep them
what it's
straight.
for?
Yeah, it keeps the back straight. Otherwise, they roll up.
You even do that much?
Exactly. Yeah,
Incredible.
A lot of work with these things.
Fukusan,
Yes.
I asked Iron Chef Sky how many dishes he's shooting for today, and he replied 3 dishes. And then he added, the challenger looks like he's going to try for dessert, but I'm not making one. He sounds a little testy each time I talk to him. I think he's got a fire lit under him.
All right, and if you're just joining us, this is not a typical French cuisine battle today. A lot more riding on the outcome, and Kato-Kasan, sometimes a boxer in the ring, spends several rounds trying to feel out what the other guy's up to.
Right, I know what you mean.
Think Sakai might be doing that?
Well, he could be. He made it clear if the challenger's doing it, I'm going to do something different. He's definitely concerned about tactics here.
Fukusan!
Yes?
Let me give you the ingredients that are being strained into this bowl by the Iron Chef. They include a puree of asparagus stewed in consomme soup, the consomme itself, fresh cream, milk, and eggs.
Oh, that'll be a perfect mix for steaming.
So steaming would be your educated guess there.
Well,
If a consomme with milk and eggs, that's not much of a consomme as far as my definition of it goes, but whatever.
it certainly sounds like a Royale type thing to me. Yeah.
Okay, could be a Royale on the way.
That's very possible, yeah.
a Royale.
And that would be, let's say, a French-style chawanmushi.
Right.
Might be what Iron Chef Sakai has in mind. And now look at this one by the Challenger. Color-wise, quite similar to the one Sakai's got going. And the Challenger here, Challenger Komine, continuing to whip away and whipping up a storm on this one, which is what?
Can't really see from here.
Fukusan?
Yes, you have it?
This mixture is made from egg yolks, water, some melted butter, which he just added and is whisking in. It seems he's making sabayon sauce.
Oh, okay, sabayon.
Coming from the Challenger.
Yeah, well, that's kind of Sakai's heavy artillery, so to speak.
And
yeah.
what are you saying? Sakai's would be better than Komine's?
No, not that way. I just mean this sauce is almost like Sakai's forte.
Okay, one of his several signature sauces. And back on his side, packing asparagus.
Yeah, the assistant putting them into the circle mold, so we'll just have to wait and see what goes in the middle there.
You think you're at least somewhat attractive. Well, do you think other people find you attractive?
Sure.
So you do think people find you attractive?
Yeah.
It's great that you think so highly of yourself. Just be careful that your head doesn't get too big.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'll never be able to buy a hat again.
Thanks. Talk to me.
What?
Let's talk.
So, not too long ago, I asked you if you liked yourself. Now I have a slightly different question for you. Do you think other people like you?
Didn't you already ask me this? Yeah.
You do think people like you?
Sure.
Well, that's good. You like yourself, and you think other people like you. That sounds pretty healthy.
Yeah, totally. Okay.
I'm leaning towards maybe the prawns.
And what about the lobster?
Oh, that would be good, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, on both sides, we are seeing a very high level of sophistication in the creative approaches to their asparagus dishes. Komine, who enjoys the backing of Gourmand's chief editor, Mita, and Ota's in place for some words with the editor. Go ahead, take it, big fella.
Thank you. I'm here with special guest Morio Mita. And Mr. Mita, can you share with us your observations so far?
It's quite exciting watching them, yes.
And is Chef Komine doing as well as you anticipated he would?
He looks a bit confused working in an unfamiliar setting.
I see. And how about Iron Chef Sakai?
His blade work is incredible, as usual, yes.
Right.
And
so
he sure is used to this setting.
So more than the skill level, familiarity with the setting is what you see as the difference here, then?
Uh-huh, yes, from here.
But you're sure Chef Komine still has a real chance?
Oh, yes, of course.
Okay, and how about some words of encouragement for him?
Yes, keep it up.
Thank you very much for talking with us. Back to you, Fukui-san.
All right, thanks, Ota. And right here, these look like they are primed to have something on top, maybe some sabayon sauce.
You'll notice they're already somewhat puffed up, right?
So they're finished as is?
Well, I think you'll do now is cut them in half and maybe...
For the purpose of...
a sandwich-like item, put something in the middle.
We've been talking a lot about how you see yourself and how other people see you. Now let me ask you this. Have you ever seen yourself on TV or on video?
Yes.
So I guess you know then that the rumor about the camera adding 10 pounds isn't true. It adds at least 20. And a couple of unsightly fins. It can be weird seeing yourself on video. Were you surprised by the way you looked?
Yeah.
Actually, I think many people are surprised by the way they look on tape. It's strange to see yourself the way that other people see you, especially if only after viewing the tape do you realize that you had a huge booger hanging out of your nose the entire time you were being filmed. But no, seriously, that's the difference between the way you think you look and how other people see you, isn't it?
Good camera angle. Fuck out of here, other seaman. Oh my god, the legs are huge. Did they grow while he was talking? Oh, they're massive.
Side asparagus shavings right there.
Right, and this is kind of a normal slicer that you can use. It gives you various shapes if you want, and you can see him slicing there now.
Full length shavings.
Man, can I tell you, with a mandolin, shaving like vegetables like asparagus or cucumber thin, I love it. So such a nice technique. Celery works well too. Celery, you can actually use a peeler instead of a mandolin though.
Of the stock?
Yeah.
I've never seen asparagus sliced like this before. Anybody? Well, just be careful there, Chef. Don't need to lose any skin. Already he's cut his thumb in the early going of this one. Iron Chef showing us a few things we haven't seen from him before. He is clicking on all cylinders today.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Now here, looks like some cake cups.
Yeah, these are normally used for puddings and things like that.
And this is on the challenger side.
Right, so I would say these would be for a vapor.
Steaming.
Right, yeah, stuffing an item that he's been working on.
Yo, Lenny, thanks for the resub. I appreciate it. The fish fellas are okay.
Easy to remove the contents later.
Right, exactly.
And now hold on, Sakai, look.
Oh, truffles.
No, foie gras.
Sorry, truffles, or foie gras, right?
Yes.
And that style of slicing, it's called escallop.
Fry them up.
About a half inch.
It'd be like foie gras steaks.
Exactly. And the challenger, he's stewing them in consomme.
Okay, boiling these right here.
Yeah, that's the green asparagus.
And that is consomme.
Yeah, and stewing it, I mean, just like that is just perfect. It's great.
Only that? Whoa.
Oh, yeah, it's good.
Yes.
Challenger Komine told us that
Lenny, we watched an Australian video earlier too.
yes, that includes a dessert.
All right, a quartet of dishes from the challenger, including dessert. Sakai already saying he'd be going for a trio and pointedly saying he would not prepare any dessert. 30 minutes gone, 30 to go into the second half of this decidedly confrontational asparagus battle. French cuisine, and up to this point, the men processing, boiling, steaming the asparagus, still tied up in prep work, but from now we're sure to see some stepped-up action.
Right, okay, now if you notice with Sakai, now we're seeing truffles.
Okay.
Those are fresh
Chef
truffles.
slicing them up.
And he's added some salt, pepper maybe, it looks like.
All right,
seasoning.
there's also something else in there. I think perhaps some seafood.
Throwing some olive oil on top.
And now adding a spoonful of this one here.
What is that?
Is that mayonnaise?
Oh, okay, well, might be that sauce that he had.
Can't make out where that came from over there, but they are mixing it up with the truffles in it.
Oh, wow. He's going to stuff them in those rings?
Okay, it's going to be stuffed in.
Kusan?
Looks like it, yes.
As you've already noticed, the Iron Chef is placing a combination of truffle slices and scallop slices into these asparagus-lined circle molds, which have also been dressed with a sauce made from white asparagus puree.
Oh, okay, that's what it was, a puree. I see.
All right, and packing that in, truffles and scallops, and now komine. And this one, the consomme and asparagus, right?
Yes. It must be a soup.
Okay,
yeah?
going for a soup.
Huh?
Just run it through the blender.
Kusan?
Yes.
Yes, the puree in the blender consists of consomme and asparagus only.
Got it.
Okay, well, that really increases the chance of it being a soup.
I would say you are correct.
Well, thank you.
And over there, looks like they are having some trouble with the ice cream maker over there.
Machine trouble?
Can't get that out.
It's got to be tough dealing with that kind of trouble.
Well, not as simple as you think it might be. We'll see if we can get a report on that later, but might have a problem with that one.
Now, if we can get a shot of the Iron Chef now, it looks like he's getting ready to smoke something.
All right,
there.
the cherry wood chips, foil between them and the surface for a smoking treatment.
Right, and I would guess now that this is where the prawns come into play.
Right.
Probably, yeah.
You said that earlier, and now something dark colored being sprinkled on. Yes.
These are English tea leaves, kocha?
Tea leaves.
Huh?
English tea.
Maybe to add some aroma.
Well, that would be for
And
yeah.
Kusan?
Yes.
Yeah, about the ice cream machine, the contents have hardened so much that everything is ground to a halt and they can't get the mixing blade out.
All right, thanks. Well,
Can they correct it?
one of the assistants working on it right now, and he got it spinning again, though, so that's some progress. And now the Iron Chef, whoa, hustling back to the rear of the kitchen, still has speed to burn here in the second half. I see he went back there to grab a rack or two and lay it across the top of his self-styled smoking apparatus. There it is, and now the ice cream machine on the other side appears to be slowing down again, and
But at least it's
Komine
still
himself
moving.
checking
Do
it
your
out.
job. Turn off
It
the
is
light
moving,
so I
but,
can sleep.
problem solved then?
Well, they might be able to pull it out now, but it hardened quicker than they
Good
thought it
job.
would.
Oh, they can just
Turn
put it in
off
the freezer.
light so I
Well, the
can
results
sleep.
might not be the best,
Well,
though.
they don't want that.
Oh, he's smoking asparagus.
Huh?
Smoked asparagus coming your way,
Asparagus?
Katoka-san.
Okay, well, swing and a miss on that one for me. Sorry.
Can't blame you for
I
that.
thought it would be prawns.
Would have been nice, I think, but it is smoked asparagus, courtesy of Sakai, both of the white and green varieties, and that should be an experience.
At
And
least sliced ones.
yes,
Right,
his
yeah.
ribbons.
Yeah, like the Iron Chef did.
I believe they've been boiled too.
Oh boy, if he could weave a net out of these, I'd love
Weaving
that.
a net, huh?
I know I'm asking you a bit
15
too much.
minutes
All
to
right,
go.
15 minutes left. Komine side could be the white asparagus and milk one.
Yeah, and this will be a great taste.
And I think this was steamed
Yeah, I
in the
believe so.
cake cups, and sauce to go on top, Doc.
A sauce or maybe a soup around it. Perhaps.
All right,
Yeah.
now check it out by Sakai there.
Oh,
the
that
prawns rolled in asparagus.
This is awesome.
Oh, asparagus rolls.
Ah, good
Wow.
name.
He is not holding back at all, is he?
I'm amazed by the originality of this guy.
And fellas, you know what? On the other side, the challenger's using prawns as well. He is.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, there they are. Yeah.
In the pot
Wow.
there, and the green color, of course, asparagus.
And color actually plays a big part in this dish too. So.
And very appealing, that one.
Yeah. So this must be what, the white asparagus stewed in the consomme in form of a sauce.
Okay,
Is
so
that
it's
right?
become a sauce and not a soup.
I think so.
Oh, the smoking job is finished.
Okay, on the other side, let's get there. Sakai removing the smoked asparagus, cherry wood chips, English tea aroma.
Okay. Oh, I think I know what the challenger's up to here.
Gonna share it with us?
Sure. He put in the hollandaise sauce, right? So it will be combined with that pie that we saw earlier.
Maybe a
That's-
reach, but I like it.
Fukusan?
Yes.
An update on Iron Chef Sakai's do-it-yourself pot/smoking machine. He has now placed some foie gras in there.
Foie gras, all right. Iron Chef redoubling his efforts. A second smoked item, smoked foie gras on the way. Wow, now Komine looks like he's done 10 rounds
this
already.
is quite a workout.
Right, yeah.
Healthy sweat, he's worked up.
Now, what is he doing? Oh, you see? This is what I said he would do.
Hang a star on that one. Good call.
And you'll notice that they're placed on top, right? And the pie's
Which you
split
also
in
said
half.
way back.
Fukusan!
They'll drop the other half on.
Challenger Komine seems to be very pressed on time. We witnessed him doing a taste test with a spoon, then without noticing or without thinking, he just turned around and threw the spoon into the garbage.
A little panic maybe setting in over there, but no need to throw away the spoon. It's not the spoon's fault. Tough for him though, working in an unfamiliar environment.
Caviar's on top.
All right, Iron Chef's side, and look at that.
Okay, boy, that's quite the trio. Truffles, foie gras, and caviar.
Sakai covering all the bases today.
Now you can see why he had that skewer inside the prawn.
Yeah,
right.
You know, he had that pictured in his mind right from the start. It's great planning on behalf of Sakai.
And right here, even doubling down on the theme, and now smoke all over the place. It's the great asparagus.
So you said you
smoke
liked
today.
yourself. You think other people like you. You think you're attractive. And you think other people find you attractive. I'd say it seems like you have a lot of self-confidence and a positive self-image. Would you agree?
Most of the time, yeah.
Hold on. I've got the worst gas. Give me a second.
What? What? Talk to me.
Okay, one more time. I said... So, you said you liked yourself. You think other people like you. You think you're attractive. And you think other people find you attractive. I'd say it seems like you have a lot of self-confidence and a positive self-image. Would you agree?
Yes.
That's great.
I'd
but
say
don't
I've-
get too big of a head. It'll make your body look funny.
I'd say I have a lot of self-confidence. I wouldn't say I have necessarily a positive self-image. Those aren't mutually exclusive. Talk to me.
Whew. That's a load off my mind. See ya.
What? So what do you mean, see ya? I love you, Seaman.
Hello?
Hey, Pookie.
Yes,
I love you, Pookie.
I love you too, Pookie.
Yay.
Yes. There's nothing I want to talk about right now.
The other Seaman is, one of these is gonna die at some point. It might be this one. Apparently, if the one you named dies, you just have to rename the other one. So, I mean, it's not like they have different personalities or voices. I'd rather lavish my affection on one and hope it lives.
Even the camera guy's running off. Smoke him out. And speaking of smoke, the smoked asparagus and foie gras. Serve him as is.
Yeah, it's just a great mature flavor. It'll be great.
At least a clear shot of that through the haze, and now Komine saucing this one.
Yeah, the asparagus stewed in the consommé.
And you'd have to surmise an asparagus-based sauce here. Both chefs really bringing it. And Sakai locked on laser-like in this battle today.
Well, you noticed when the challenger called his name, he just looked so hyped.
Like he knew they were coming after him.
It was kind of a go ahead, make my day sort of look.
Oh,
Yeah.
dirty Hiroyuki, huh?
Fukusan!
Yes?
Here's another update on the dishes the Iron Chef is making. He originally said he was only going for 3 dishes, but if you count once again, there now seems to be 4.
All right, 4 for Sakai, and now the mold coming off.
Hey.
Oh, wow.
Oh, looking great.
Looks like a fence almost.
Another work of art from the